Good morning, everybody. Invitation party. I just have nothing on screen. Hello, everybody. What's up? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the Stream. I'm your host, Strimtom. Today, it's Christmas Eve. For those of you that haven't tuned in to the Stream before, maybe this is your first year, but I do a Christmas Eve live stream in the evening for those people who maybe you don't have anywhere to go, maybe you can't travel to see family, maybe you don't got no family, maybe you got too much family and you need a break. I'm here to help you out with some Christmas Eve live stream here on Strimtom's Rockin' Christmas Eve, which has no relation to anything else, also called Rockin' and Eve. No relation whatsoever. I am not claiming to have a relation to anything like that. That could exist. Totally my idea. Just kidding. I got the idea because of Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, which is the same thing. What's up, everybody? Meatloaf, Mr. Lift, Wrath. Hope you're all doing well. Merry Christmas, everybody. I could put on the hat, but I don't want to ruin my hair. But yeah, what's up? What's going on? I hope everyone's doing good. Yeah, I'm excited to be here to just chat, hang out. Hopefully everything is going well. I was just at a place where there were several animals I'm very allergic to, and so I am extremely congested and still working my way backwards, but that doesn't matter. That's called family. You travel to visit family, regardless as to how much pain it physically causes you. So that's what you do. Oh my god, dude. Before I even started doing anything, Zims Gaming, you just gifted out 20 subs? Oh my god. Zims Gaming, Impact, Overwatch, The Real Shant, Tane Shari, Louise Zaru, Tropiggers, Arcarian, Vinar, Snarky, Iron Horse, Drodin, Booglisk, Castle, Quadrant 3, Hasten Go, Hatsi, Miller, Dindim Alb, it's Jacobo and Nikon. Thank you so much. That's unbelievable. Horse, thank you so much for the gifted subs. God damn, dude. That's super generous. I hope you're enjoying yourself.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Milkman's death to an earth elemental? Oh my god, not like a whole death or like a part of a death?
Quest completed.
Like not a third death. Did Milkman just die? I was not paying attention. I was like out of the stream. But again, Horse, thank you so much. Hopefully, if you need somewhere to go, you want something to talk about, you want something to do, you'll have a place to see here. This character is my wizard. The last time I streamed it, I had just gotten it to like level 30, and we were hanging out, and I was getting ready to do some gear farming. Psych! I have all of it. All the gear is farmed. I got literally everything. Every single piece of gear is slotted and in place. I even have my dinosaur bone artifact crafted with sacred spell DCs. The only thing I'm missing right now is the horn for my dinosaur bone kukri. I got everything else done. So it's pretty good. Also, spoiler alert, I'm in a group. We're doing Reaper mode. So I'm going to be doing some Reaper mode. It should be a fun time. So, yeah.
I'm a rogue.
That's just going to be going. This outfit. This is the special Warforged outfit. It's no longer currently available. You can only get it. It was only available until December 20th with a special supporter pack. It was limited time only. Also, Mixtorak, thank you so much for subbing again. Holy moly, that's very kind. Like guys from level 30 farming gear. Notice it doesn't have fort. Is that right? Doesn't have fortification? There should be an augment in the gear.
I shall attend to it in a
Some of the gear doesn't happen, so you gotta do that. It was called the Warforged outfit thing. I'm not sure. Wait, Reaper mode? Yes. Yeah, I was invited to join a Reaper mode group when I logged into the game. And I'm like, I'm not going to say no to a Reaper mode group.
Yo, this is an important day today. It's my sub anniversary.
That's also crazy. The sub on the Christmas Eve? Damn, dude. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. So it should be a good time. But yeah, so that's gonna be it. Isle of Dread after this next quest. Oh, we're doing Isle of Dread, okay. So yeah. I'm very fortunate that I have all of my gear. But like I said, it's just one of those things when you get invited to a group. Where am I going right now? Or what quest am I in?
Quest completed.
Which one? Sorry, you spoke at the same time. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I can make it there, but I'm going to try. And then, also, as we're just talking, Cult of the Ocelot decides to gift out 5 subs. This dude, Ryan, Zenith Sage, The Endo Days, Footsies, and Sean, thank you so much for the sub. Boys, appreciate it. Thank you so much. You guys show me such appreciation and gifted subs and love and stuff. I don't know if I deserve it, but I have it, so it doesn't matter. That's called living.
Simulating enthusiasm.
Cheers, and Cruiser Zero get us up to Drunk Harper. That's super kind. Thank you so much, Cruiser. Appreciate it. Drunk Harper, welcome to Stream Team. Also, I've been drinking, so I don't know if doing Reaper mode's the best idea, but we're here, and I got an extra life to burn, dude. So yeah. You get a special thing for 2 weeks, only one time only shared storage, suddenly even more burnt out of DDO. Yep, basically. I bought it right away because I wanted it because it looks really cool. So I immediately went into it.
Woman pacing back and forth while muttering to herself. Hostile security drones patrol the pipes. It looks like
I should
the
sound
law
fine.
students have tricked
Try
the alarm
unmuting the stream.
system.
So yeah, apparently learned the value of cosmetics. Yeah, they did this before with the Drow cosmetic as well. They might bring it back, but honestly, I don't know.
He'll take them.
Oh yeah, I have all the shard materials in the whole world. I have every shard material. So weapon or but what is that weapon or a cosmetic weapon? So the weapon that I have right here is a combination of cosmetics. So this is actually a very expensive limited thing you can't get anymore. It's the Underdark Warriors cosmetic weapon, which is from the Underdark Warrior set, which is only available seasonally during, I think it was August, for 2 weeks. So I have that. And then on top of that, I have the weapon aura from the Warforged set, the Mechanized Warriors cosmetic aura on top of my weapon. So it looks all special. And I'm going the wrong way again. Am I going the wrong way? No, this is the right way. Trying to catch up. Make sure cosmetics worth like $300. Yes, it's called Christmas. We were doing the D&D movie on Christmas night. Was that canceled? I don't remember ever actually committing to that. I mean, if people wanted to watch the D&D movie, we probably could. It's on Amazon Prime or something, right?
Fall down a chute
yeah.
and tumble out of the maze of pipes.
Yeah, this is the weapon here. It looks like this. So it's got this crackled edge because that's what the
Quest
Warforged cosmetic
completed.
does, and then it also wraps it around here. And then it's this cool jagged Kopesh thing. So it looks pretty sick. Also, if you're wondering what these loops are, these loops here are from the Macrotech Epic Mantle. That's why that looks like that.
Quest
Oh my god, and then Cruises
completed.
Zero, gift us 5 subs. You guys are showing so much support so quickly and so fast. I really appreciate that. That's very generous. Oh, guacamole. Thank you, guys. Welcome to Stream Team. Derpers and Sound, Velociraptor, Bat. Velociraptor, but gay.
Quest
Hectic.
completed.
Zukos, or XOOKOS, and Alpha Negus. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Cruiser. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a fantastic Christmas. And I appreciate it. I hope all of you are having a great time. I just kind of walked in and got a credit, but I like doing stuff as opposed to getting credit. But yeah, or just getting stuff. I like doing the
Merry
things.
Christmas, Strimtom.
Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I hope everyone's having a good day. I'm doing great. I'm just feeling good. I'm in a good mood. I'm excited. We're going to do some Isle of Dread, get some more stuff. I'm probably going to give all my...
Simulating enthusiasm.
I think I gave all of my mats to Fairy for Sharn stuff, but I probably have more of them because I probably did more. Listen to Eurobeat Christmas. I'm not listening to any music. I literally got home from, doing Christmas stuff with the family, so we did all the gift exchange and had some wine, had some food and all that. So I literally just got in from that and then was like, live stream. Time to go. So it should be a good time. I should probably get a potion so that way I can get some bonus experience points. But I'm also kind of lazy, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's see. I don't think XP potions are on sale. It's just augments. Oh, I bought all the augments as well because augments are expensive. But sorry, Meatloaf. I think I answered your question in case that you missed it. What I said was that the gear should have a fortification augment in it. Even if it doesn't, you have to remember that when you're a Blightcaster, you get 100% fortification by being in one of your forms. And so you get the extra fortification automatically. But I'm just going to double check here on my actual list that I put in. There should be fortification in there. I will double check. Thank you, Mr. Lift. Enjoy your evening. Sleep well, and I hope you have a wonderful time in the future with your family and or things that you have and things that you do. Again, that's the reason why I log in here. Incorp, Fort. Did I not put an augment in here? I did. Yeah, you need to get a fortification augment. I forgot to put an augment in here. You're absolutely right. Proofreading. Proofreading. I'll edit that in later and fix it. Yeah, you just have to get an augment into the set. Yeah, isn't that cool? Isn't it nice that we can just like hang out and have a nice like cozy parasocial relationship together? It's good.
Foxpaw stands on the black sand beach, surrounded by wreckage. He doesn't seem to know where he
A
is.
Game Boy mug? Yo, that's so cool.
Foxpaw doesn't remember how you ended up on this distant shore.
That's super cool. I love that idea.
Story. A tale
Bathroom
of
that has a
pirates.
hood. Ooh! See, that's the thing when it comes to Christmas gifts, right? You see online, or if you spend time like terminally online, you'll see people with like crazy extravagant gifts or other things that are like really expensive or all these like just major products and major purchases, and people kind of get stuck into like the consumerism of the of you know kind of Christmas. People like will quantify and kind of mathematically pick through their gifts and the things that they get. But dude, for me, when I think about it, I think about the fact that, like, you know, the gifts that I would receive from any family member or anything are almost always going to be just, in a lot of cases, these really cozy, thoughtful gifts. Gifts that are, you know, pretty much in totality designed to be stuff I would not necessarily buy for myself, but stuff that's really nice. You know, like, yeah, a robe, like a new robe with a hood. That sounds cozy and really, really nice. That sounds awesome. Would I go and buy myself a bathrobe? Nah, I'd probably just wear my old bathrobe. So it's just something that's like nice to have. It's not about like a big gesture. It can even be something like very small. And I like that. Just something that you wouldn't necessarily think about. It's one of the reasons why I've always enjoyed getting like socks and underwear for Christmas. Not because socks and underwear are like I never buy them, but I don't buy like nice socks or nice underwear. I just, you know, go to Walmart, buy the 100 pack, call it a day. But then somebody gets you like nicer socks that don't rip apart in like a week, and it's like cozy, it's nice. So I like some of that element of the holidays. I have to put on some holiday music now that I think about it. Where's my Christmas Eurobeat? There we go. Beautiful. If you guys want a link to the Christmas Eurobeat, I'll link you the playlist so you can listen along if you want. It's fantastic. How geared out? My wizard is 100% geared out. Well, no, 99%. I have all the items. So the current gear set is 3-piece Arcsteel Battle Mage with the Plasma Cord, the Arcsteel Brim, and the gloves. I have 5-piece Vecna using the Researcher's Cloak, the Bladesword Bandolier, the Blade Mark Amulet, the Rune Arm, the Flash Transferal, as well as the Wristbound Register. I did learn something about this character. All of the Vecna Rune Arms are bad. They're all bad. They're literally all bad. This is the only one that does an actual amount of damage. The other Rune Arms do no damage for some reason, and I do not know why. Again, I couldn't tell you why that's the case. Why don't they do any damage? I don't know. It's just weird. Like, for some reason, their damage is just off. Like, you will hit with the weapon, and of similar rune arms of the same type, because I tested this out with like the Force rune arm, the Force shot on the Vecna rune arm does less damage than like Archaic Device that you get out of that's like a level 20 rune arm that you get out of Evening Star. Why that's the case, I have absolutely no idea. Also, what's up, me more chai? So as a result, it's just bizarre that some of the rune arms are staggeringly bad for reasons I cannot like comprehend or ascertain. I think they probably like bricked it somehow. There's some calculations going through. But yeah, so I got 5-piece Vecna, and then use an Isle of Dread artifact because everyone uses an Isle of Dread artifact. I use 2-piece Winter Set because 2-piece Winter Set gives me all stats that I need. So it's something I'm very, very happy about and happy to receive. I have to have auto-charging Rune Arm. But then on top of that, it's also got... Oh, this guy's a lot of saves. This sucks. But yeah, on top of that, it's also got the 2-piece Winter with the physical and stuff. But I use cold spell power, I use force spell power, I use lightning spell power, I use fire spell power, I use light spell power, and conveniently I actually have all of those things. I get radiant spell power here, as well as Insightful Radiance and crit. I get all the I get all the stats here for kinetic lore, ice lore, lightning lore. I get all the lores, get all the crits, all that stuff comes through, which is really, really nice. And then of course just a Dino Bone crafted weapon. So it's kind of neat how it all comes together. Yeah, right now my spell power is pretty good. It's like I said, 800, 900-ish across the board. So it works on everything.
Then a rending crack.
Hype ooh ooh. Is that a little Game Boy emote? That's fun. Yo, Merry Christmas, Dan says, I hope you're doing well. I hope everyone's doing good this Christmas holiday season. Christmas Eve.
Late night holiday stream.
Regis Kisum, thank you for the 1,000 bits. That's very kind of you. I really, really appreciate it. Your generosity is, again, unbelievable. I don't even understand. I'm just hanging out. Hopefully giving people that don't have a place to go this Christmas or holiday season something to watch. Just something to do, you know? A way to have a connection with another human being. That's a Reaper point, baby! Whoa, 4 points. Let's go. Yeah, hopefully giving people like it's just a solid connection with other human beings, and if not a solid connection, at least a strained connection with some people who are still strangers, but it's all right. 8 points in Vistani for haste boost. Why go 11 points into Feywild versus? Oh, why do you do that? Because Greater Color Spray is really good. Which is good. I'm gonna join these Reaper trains one day. Yeah, I was very fortunate. I logged in and got invited. That's what happened to me. So, yeah. But I will be also in the future hosting Reaper groups. So if you're worried about missing out on Reaper mode, like you're never going to be able to get in, you can't sit at the big kids table or anything like that. Like, that's true. You can't. You're not allowed. You have to go home. Get out. But, yeah, I will... be hosting some groups like that in the future for those that are interested in stuff.
A group of guards who stand at attention before the gate.
Yeah, this character is really sick, and actually getting it fully geared, it's awesome. So I'm very excited about that. There is a lot of lag here on the server, so you got to be a little mindful about that. But yeah, that's pretty good. I got look at my hit points, like 1,900 hit points. Physical.
Behind it, you see the cursed monolith. In the hands
I'll hold them.
Of a tall statue.
These defenses.
You overhear a conversation between a
according to this, my effective hit points are 1, 2, 3, 2, 4. Oh, so close.
Make sure the beast remains calm.
Monolith depends on it.
Do not let it remain unprotected for even a minute.
And by hold them, I mean you saved.
Intruders! We cannot allow them near the ward. Minions, rally and charge! Beware the crab. We shall detain it after we take
Played 20 hours of Baldur's Gate 3 today. I did notice that when I went to bed, you were still up. Then when I got up, you were still up.
The rogue hits the ground with a thud and remains still.
So, yeah.
A Koku officer appears, along with
I did think that was interesting.
The Koku lets out a garbled cry before slumping into the sand.
In sleep? Amazing.
Oh,
spoiler alert, just so you know. You know how we were leveling in Path of Exile? And we had, like, characters and stuff that we were leveling together? Like, you know those characters that we were leveling together? I'm in tier 11 maps. I don't know what to tell you. I had a couple hours and I had a couple hours. I'm sorry. I had a couple hours. So what I did is I sprinted through the game and then I picked up a couple key pieces. I'm still using kind of garbage and fresh out of the campaign. I could do tier 11 maps. With like full delirium, full everything, and blasting it the entire day too. Look, I got distracted. Bone Shatter, very good. Kind of miss Thunder. Nah, it's good. What's up, Brian? Welcome to the stream screen. Welcome to the stream. We're having a fantastic day. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in to the holiday stream. Today is just about hanging out. That's all it is. We're just hanging out. We're having a good time. Taking a step away from all the things that might cause you stress. The gift giving. The gift receiving. The breathing. In. The out. The wiggling of your brainstem inside your eyes. It's all about just relaxing and having a nice time. So grab yourself a cup of eggnog, a glass of water, or a candy cane. I don't know. Do whatever you want. We're just hanging out. Merry Christmas, Fakey Train. And to you, Brian. I hope everyone has a good Christmas. We're just going to be having a good time. Ooh, Peepo Cocoa is good. I'm not touching sugar at 4 a.m. See, I don't find sugar gets me wired, so I'm good for that. I don't stress about it. If I'm being honest, I don't get stressed about that. Sugar has not that type of effect on me. Caffeine, on the other hand, absolutely. Alcohol, absolutely. That's why I'm just having a ginger ale. All that's in this is ginger ale. And rye whiskey, but we don't need to talk about that. And then you say to yourself, wait a minute, Strimtom? Are you on camera having some beers? And you're doing hardcore? Reaper mode? Yeah, because it's Christmas. I can't die on Christmas. It's against the rules. They literally can't kill you on Christmas. Like, if you guys don't know that, DDO can't kill your character on Christmas. That's how it works. So that's why I'm just hanging out. Yeah. Do any more sales for the new DDO market? I was hoping for Isle of Dread. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think so. Largely because I have to imagine that they might have something automatically go, but I have a feeling that they're probably not. The thing is, if you're not really gonna if you're not buying it until you know if it's on sale, just wait anyway, because they might do it. But if I had to guess, I would say they probably are not going on sale. Just because it doesn't seem like the type of thing that SSG would be doing. Yeah, probably not. But it could be automatic. I think that's also part of it. Is if the people that are in offices right now, I assume that most people are gone for the holidays, right? So it's entirely possible that there's still some people that are hanging, or they have put an automated thing to update the sales. Maybe there's a New Year's sale, a New Year's Day, but I don't know.
A large gateway blocks passage here.
Yeah.
Held shut by a
because
lock.
You don't need Isle of Dread over the next week. You can no matter what it is you're doing, you can get away without having Isle of Dread over the next week. So unless you really got to go to the island, yeah. And as I said, the next time after that would be the anniversary event, because the anniversary event, which is the end of February, they usually do a good deal around then as well. Yeah. Now, that being said, are you planning on doing endgame gear in Dungeons & Dragons Online, and you're stressed about being able to get, everything that you want? Yeah, okay, Isle of Dread's really good, and it's kind of good for the endgame gear, and, if you were going to get an endgame gear, you kind of need Isle of Dread. But outside of that, yeah, it's just some dinosaurs. You can fight the dinosaurs later. Just go get, Jurassic Park on, Nintendo. The Super Nintendo. That shit was the best. You want to play some dinosaurs? Oh, yeah. You'll probably have to go online and look up places where you can find copies of the game, but it's a good game. Just to get those past lives out of the way before it runs up. Just be aware that if your character is a deep gnome, when it runs aground, your character will be locked. But yeah, if you did want to do that, then yeah, blast out the Deep Gnome lives. Deep Gnome is super easy to level, specifically because it's a AoE spellcaster, and so AoE spellcasters level really, really fast. That's my choice of beer. If I'm in America, I'll usually choose Yingling. Yingling's like my choice of beer. Because they don't sell that here in Canada. And then outside of that, I would choose... what else? What else would be good? If I'm choosing beer. Yeah, I don't really drink a lot of beer, if I'm being honest. Probably, like, the Belgian Moon, which is called Blue Moon in America. Something like that's also good. Yeah. Corona Light. I mean, I do like Corona. It's just a light, nearly flavorless beer. I think that most people delude themselves into thinking that beer tastes good. I think that most beers taste kind of bad, but they do give you, like, alcohol into your brainstem, which is why people drink it. I think that's the thing, is that not saying that there aren't people that do like beer. I'm saying that there's probably a sizable amount of people, like myself, who drink beer because it's a vessel for alcohol, and other people drink beer, so you end up drinking beer. Like, dude, every time it's like, oh, dude, you gotta try out this, like, craft beer. It's, like, the best. It's like, oh, what's the craft beer? It's just the hoppiest beer imaginable. That's the most bitter with the most aftertaste, physically capable of putting into a single liquid beverage. Like, oh, cool. I just hit that guy for 16,000 in R4. That's sick.
Be able to create more of these monstrosities. For now.
An iceberg. Again, this is not me saying beer is bad. This is me saying that I think a lot of people drink beer because they just, you know, like I'm not a big beer guy. But if I do drink a beer, it'll usually be one of those. Also, one of the first beers I drank was Rickard's Red. It's just what it was one of the first beers that I drank, and so I like Rickard's Red. Stella's also good. Yep. If I gotta go really cheap, I'll go with like an old style Pilsner. That one's not bad. I think of beers. And then for the most part, I'm not really picky though. So if I go over to somebody's house and they're like, hey, man, you want a beer? And we're about to watch the game. This does not happen regularly. I'll be like, yeah, sure, sounds good. And then they hand me a beer. I'll just drink whatever it is. I don't really get too complained about. Or I won't really complain. I don't like stouts. So if somebody does hand me a stout, I'll be like, no thanks, I'm good. I almost went into unelite as like a reflex because I'm just so used to doing that. I was supposed to buy an XP potion for doing this and I forgot. For all the extra experience points. I should do that. I like looked at the store and got distracted. Watch the game at a friend's house? Yeah, because you know what happens? You gotta watch the game.
It's time to hunt him down. We hear a rustling noise in the bamboo.
Merry Christmas to you too, Nash. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Loot and XP boost. What's like a good deal on an XP boost? It's like pretty good. What's an excellent? Excellent's 3 hours at 30%. That's probably pretty good. I'll just buy the excellent and call it a day. That's good enough for me.
As he passes above the valley, spooking seven smaller dinosaurs as he lumbers by.
Where is that? Drink the potion, Strimtom.
He appears to be chasing something.
So for R10s, AFA, you gotta understand, we are doing Reaper mode. You missed it. We're doing R10s right now. This is what happens. You don't come in. Usually you're in the first like 5 to 6 minutes of the stream. You're like right here like a hawk. Today, the second you come in and you're 30 minutes into the stream, it's all over. First come, first serve. Last served gets no Reapers. Just kidding, we're in Reaper Force, but that's because it's hardcore, and hardcore spooky, scary, spooky.
Lashes out at everything nearby. As the dinosaur falls, you hear the sounds of another battle nearby.
Also, if you're like, oh my god, wait a minute, Strimtom, isn't this dragon or dinosaur really dangerous? Isn't it going to do like this sonic roar that's going to kill you? Nah, it's going to kill other people, not me. I'm good. I can't Dragon Breath him at range. Also, I'm not no bitch.
Realizing he's cornered, Scythemaw lets out a defiant roar.
This
Then he
is
launches
no
himself back into the fight.
RP1. What? R10? Yeah, it's not. It's a Reaper 4. It's a Reaper 4 group.
The last of his
No, he
life,
dies.
Scythemaw
Poor guy.
collapses into
Goodbye,
the ground
Scythemaw.
with a resounding
Look at all that damage Reaper XP. 31,000 Reaper XP? Oh my god. We're climbing. We're climbing, baby! I don't know how many Reapers we're gonna do. I don't even know what time it is. It's like 9:52? My god. Yeah, I got double the health and 100 MRR. Anyway, yeah, we're just doing some Reapers. You know, we're hanging out. We're just chilling. If Stonejaw's here, can we fight it? Because I still need Reaper... Or not Reapers, Pearls. Re-Pearls. More than 30k RXP? How would you get more than 30,000 RXP in a quest? Because I know they've done some XP bonuses in the past. Oh, that one. Yeah, I remember, yeah. Where they had all the bonuses stacking. I do recall that. Also, Bridge of Schism gifted out a lot of subs. Oh my god, gifted a sub to Oriel G. That's very, very kind. Thank you so much, Bridge of Schism. Your generosity is astounding. Is there a dino here? Big dino? No. No Stonejaw. I wanted a big dino, but didn't get one. Bourbon maple orange ham with pineapple. Sounds kind of good. I do like that. Golden potatoes. Gravy made with homemade chicken stock. Yeah, you got to really squeeze the chickens to get the stock out. Roasted carottes, onion, and Brussels sprouts with a bacon. I don't know. I'm not a Brussels sprout guy. Also, roasted vegetables. This is a hot take, but I only really want roasted vegetables in the summertime. Wintertime, I don't want any roasted vegetables. Hot take. Except for onions, because onions I don't count as vegetables. I count them more as like garnish. So it's a different thing. But yeah, I'm also not a big Brussels sprout guy. And before you say, wait, really, you're going to pick apart this? Yeah, I'm going to eat it. If it was served to me, I wouldn't be like, no, it sounds delicious. I'm just saying that, I'm just giving my personal thoughts. Homemade pierogi with onions and sour cream. Delicious. Chorizo, delicious. Green apple stuffing with dried cranberries and Yorkshire pudding. I'm having that tomorrow.
They were last seen near this cave system.
Yeah, what was your streamer powers? I could if I wasn't doing Reaper 4s right now. If we weren't doing endgame, maybe.
The sound of excited chanting fills your ears as you approach.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a good time.
On the floor below.
I love food. You guys like food?
By a triceratops in what appears to be an arena. You hear the sounds of a door opening to the east as the lever is pulled.
Oh god, there's so much lag. Everything dies before I get my spells off.
Key to the locked cell door.
Oh jeez.
The captive explains that their hunting party was captured by a group of marauders led by the cruel druid. Several of the
Let's
prisoners
order
were
Filipino
led off
food
this
tomorrow and
road
making Cuban
and
black
have
beans
not
tomorrow with
returned.
rice. Ooh, all that sounds really good. Yeah, I will be going over to my girlfriend's place tomorrow for Christmas. Oh right, we're not doing. Are we doing the optionals? Okay.
The rock slides open. You can hear the sounds of claws.
But yeah, I'm going over to my girlfriend's place tomorrow to see the whole family and do the whole thing. And so, fortunately for me, I'm just like invited as a guest. I don't really have to do anything, which is great. I love not doing stuff because I hate doing stuff. Also, I screwed up. So that'll be nice. Just get to have some delicious food. I also get to meet a bunch of people I don't know, which will be exciting. And something I've learned that's cool is there are times in your life where you're going to have to meet a bunch of people you don't know, and you're worried, am I going to make a good impression? Am I going to be nice enough, kind enough? You know, are we going to be able to make friends and make a positive, lasting connection in the future? And I realized that a lot of these fears that I do have can be easily removed with 3 to 4 glasses of wine. Once you have 3 to 4 glasses of wine, most of those fears disappear. It's kind of nice. So that's the secret. What's that? Talking to borderline strangers? Oh, yeah. So it's going to be a nice time. You guys just get to show up, hang out. There's going to be kids there because adults have children, and then they bring those children to Christmas. I'm not great with kids because I don't understand them. But I do know Pokemon. I'm hoping that will give me like an in so I can like talk to the kids. Can we get a drunk stream? What do you think you're watching? I came from Christmas dinner, and that's why I'm streaming. It's just if it looks like I'm playing good at DDO, that's because I play this game a lot, so I don't really think about it. It's like back row in the mind. I'm not even playing the best here. Filipino food? I can't say specifically Filipino. Oh, definitely I have, because a friend of mine is Filipino, and she had a whole featured selection at her wedding. However, it was a wedding with a friend of mine, and I remember half of that night because it was an open bar. So I probably had some Filipino food, but I wouldn't imagine a whole lot. Or rather, if it was like Filipino food, it would be like, probably was like Filipino food, but, you know, kind of that, a little North Americanized to make it easier for all of the, you know, the kind of more generic white people that were there.
The floor in this chamber is coated with a strange, slick substance. You slide towards the cavern opening further down the
You said there's kids there, like that's a positive?
passage.
Well, it's a positive for the parents, because they get to, like, dump their kids off on, like, other people and stuff.
Below the Triceratops.
So, like, it's definitely not a positive so much for me, but also, I think it's good to learn how to do new stuff. And, you know, understanding kids is something I don't do at all. The best way to describe it is, like, when I was a kid, I was the youngest of the whole family, so I never interacted with any children. All my cousins are older than me, everybody else is just always older than me, and so I never really had to interact with anyone that was younger than me, so I've never really liked it that much. Yeah, just a bunch of, like, nondescript white people.
Freed from the druid's influence, the Triceratops seems to be much more docile. The creature stands, eyes the wooden gate, and charges. The Triceratops charges the large wooded gate, opening a way for you to escape the arena.
But yeah, like I said, I don't know. I don't know how to, like, talk to and manage the expectations of children that well. I'm better with adults, so I worked in sales for a long time. But yeah, I get, like, really nervous around kids. I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm going to say the wrong thing or something. Or, like, I don't know what you're supposed to do. So I'm very fortunate. My friends are all having kids now, which is very cool, because then I get to be that cool uncle. I'm going to use uncle with air quotes. But, like, that grown-up who is, like, there and is, like, cool. But also, then I realized I'm not going to be that cool uncle because I'm not going to interact with kids because they make me nervous. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Which means I get to learn how to do that as an adult. A lot of people, when they're younger, you know, they learn to ride bikes. And people that don't learn to ride bikes, when they get older, they get kind of nervous about riding a bike because they've kind of already passed the prime age of when they should have started to learn this thing. And it can feel like it's this impossible mountain. Everyone says, no, riding a bike's really easy, it's really easy, it's really simple. But you don't know how to do it, and you're already at the point where, you know, if I'm in my 30s and I take a tumble off of a moving borderline vehicle onto concrete, dude, I can, like, sleep on the wrong side and my arm hurts. So you can understand the hesitation of somebody who is an adult might have towards, like, riding a bicycle and learning that process when they get older. That's kind of like basically what's happening to me when it comes to kids, where it's like, everyone's like, yeah, actually interacting with kids is really easy. It's like, yeah, but I didn't learn that skill when I was a kid. I'm learning this as an adult. I'm worried about the social faux pas or whatever it is. You know what I mean? 'Cause I don't know what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do.
The center of the trees can transform.
Basically, oh yeah, well, if it's so easy, how come I can't do it?
Guards rush forward
Going after the Reaper?
to stop your incursion.
No, I'm not. It's lagged. What's the best role? You just give them random gifts? Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking is, like, I just have to get gifts that are loud. Like, really loud gifts. And then also ones that use lots of batteries. Parents love gifts that use lots of batteries. That's the plan. But for them to be on you, any of the three, you stop giving a shit? Yep, that's probably true, yeah. Again, it's just weird. I don't have any interaction with, like, younger kids as an adult. But there are obviously things you just don't discuss with them, but everyone knows that. Like, what? Why can't I discuss with them? Can I talk to them about, like, you know, the different absorbencies of different types of wood? Am I allowed to do that? I don't know.
Anxious pixies, imprisoned by
He's dead.
webs, beg you to free them from their bonds.
Basically, we're all kids at heart. Yeah, you say that. I've been an old man for years.
The pixies ask you to also free their tree friends. Tropical
Explicitly about sex with them? I mean, that's fair. I don't explicitly talk about sex with anybody, because I'm an uncomfortable person. I definitely fast forward through, like, sex scenes in media. When you're, like, watching a TV show or a movie and they have a sex scene, I'm like, and next, and next, and next, and next, and next. Kids love math? Is it math or meth? I can never remember. When I was a kid, I loved math. Learning about, like, math from my brother I thought was the coolest. Because when I remember being in, like, the 2nd grade and he was in 6th grade and learning about his algebra and stuff, and I was like, whoa, this is so cool, algebra, dude. True, but obviously it's more important to avoid the topic with children. But, like, why? They're going to learn someday. Why not teach them now? I think my in is just going to be the fact that I'm a huge Pokemon nerd. I'm just going to talk to kids about Pokemon, intruding on the parents. I guess. I don't know. Is it? I don't know. I hear, like, these parents getting all up in arms and being like, we don't want the schools to teach our kids about sex. We want to do it in the home. And then, like, I talk to every single person that I know, and they're like, yeah, my parents never had that talk with me. Where did I learn stuff? The computer. The internet. You can learn. Did you know you can learn anything on the internet? But no, I have no intention of talking about sex with children. That's, like, crazy thought that never crossed my mind.
You found those responsible for
I'm aware of, like, the common social faux pas of what you're not supposed to do.
teach them a lesson. Thanks to your
Yeah.
help, the local pixies are now safer.
Every dick and double click for porn. Oh yeah. Are these the songs that you know that I missed when I didn't go to like Boy Scouts or whatever? I miss so much stuff. Mass Meth depends on if they're from Florida. Well, probably a part of Florida too. Did you guys know that for a period of time, the city of Ottawa was the meth capital of Ontario? That's right.
Dense webs enshroud the base of this huge exotic tree.
That's right.
Your killing spree
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have the. I don't think I have to have the Santa talk. Nope. I will need to do that. Remind me about Santa tomorrow. I'm just messaging my girlfriend right now. Be like, remind me about Santa. Because it has occurred to me that children believe in Santa. I completely forgot about that. Okay, good. Good job. Thank you. Yep. Her locations are dope and pretty hard to catch up on the competition. Absolutely.
Some large creature has wreaked havoc on the surrounding landscape. An islander surveys the felled trees and crushed huts. No doubt he's the tracker you were sent to find.
No, dragon shots died. No, dragon shots. No. Oh, another dead. Talking to kids and you realize? Yeah, exactly.
Creature commands a group of
Because it's easy.
dwarves below
You guys are all talking about how it's easy, and it probably is very easy.
the campfire.
But I'm still nervous about it. It still stresses me out. Yeah. Remind me Santa is real tomorrow. I'm going to forget. I need to be reminded that Santa is real. Because if I am not reminded Santa is real, I'm going to make a Coca-Cola joke. Animation song? Oh, gotcha. Okay.
As you splash into the water,
This is kind of neat. You have to have Santa be real because Santa's real to the other kids. And if your kid doesn't believe in Santa, they get bullied. Like, if your kid's like 10 and they don't believe in Santa, like, that's expected. But if your kid's like 6 and they don't believe in Santa, that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard. I always think about, like, the bullying element of it, where, you know, you don't want your... it's like the question of, like, you know, when should you get your kid a phone? And some people are like, I ain't never going to get my kid no cellular tailor phone. And it's like, okay, but, like, everyone your kid's going to know is going to have phones. Like, all these kids are going to have cell phones, whether you like it or not. So, your kid's either going to be the one who doesn't have a phone, or they're going to find another way to get access to this technology without your knowledge, without you knowing about it. It just becomes one of those weird necessary evils. So, it's like kind of the same thing, right? Where it's like if you tell your kid, hey, listen, there ain't no Santa, but other kids believe in Santa, but you got to pretend you believe. Like, that's too complicated for, like, a kid. Collaborate with your parents lying? Oh yeah, I'm absolutely gonna collaborate with parents who want me to lie to their kids. 100%, no questions asked. You want me to tell lies to your kids about what? You know, lie to your kids and tell them they can buy a house in this economy? They can be like a firefighter? Absolutely, or something like that. You want me to lie to your kids and tell them Santa's real? Holy moly, let me get you started. You want me to lie to your kids and tell them about secrets in their Pokemon games that aren't real? I can do that. I used to work at Nintendo. Uncle Strim used to work at Nintendo. He knows all about it. What's up, Grey Wolf? Fun fact, Grey Wolf. There's a guy named Grey Wolf in-game who I sent a bunch of Thieves' Tools for, and then was very excited. Same spelling. Actually, I think it was Grey, like A-Y.
Good at kids, but here you are spitting out some mad truths about kids. Strim, I think you know more than you think you do, lol.
Yeah, probably. But again, it's the, like, being in the moment. Where, like, it's like you can be a physicist who understands the concept of bicycles and that, you know, the two wheels of the bicycle make basically a self-stabilizing gyroscope that holds itself up. Which is why you can just, like, shove a bike and it'll go on its own. You can understand the physics of that and still be nervous about getting on the bicycle. It's called it's like an irrational fear. I'm good here. On hardcore? Yeah, on hardcore. You pretend to be wrong about something silly and stick to the bit. Do they like it? Oh, you mean like when, like, I will say something wrong on stream, and you guys will be like, no, stream, that's not how it is. And I'll be like, no, that is how it is. And then I'll have people arguing with me in chat because they find it fun. Wait a minute, does that mean I treat Twitch chat like a child? Oh, shit. Oh, God. Well, at least that means I have practice. It makes that easy. Okay, just treat the kids like I would treat Twitch chat. Check. Got it. How's Christmas season been so far? It was great. Was just Was just out. Had some food, had some wine. Now I'm drinking more whiskey. Feeling good. Yeah, good. I'm learning. I'm understanding this. Oh, God. Textures. I'm back to me. Textures. Boop.
Your feet slide on the lubricious pavement. A chest sits in the corner.
Yeah, Christmas season is going fantastic. It's been nice so far. I spent some time with the fam today, which is good. Caught a Pokemon, caught a Mega Glalie, and I got a perfect, Vanillite today. Literally right before the live stream, I came into the house and I had like a Pokemon task to complete. I clicked it and it had a Vanillite, and I was like, man, I like Vanillite. It's a great Pokemon. What if I got a good one out of here? I click it, literally perfect, 1 in 4,000. Let's go. I got very lucky. Actually, I think it's more than 1 in 4,000, but still. I'm gonna pretend like it's 1 in 4,000. See, I can pretend. I can play pretend. See, the thing is, I understand the concept of like lying to people to make them feel better because of like I have tons of rationalizations about my own behavior. And for those that don't know, rationalizations are the little lies we tell ourselves to make ourselves feel better about our actions without making any changes. Are you going to do streams to Rockin' New Year's Eve? No, on actual New Year's Eve, I get together with my friends and we watch the thing. I have friends over. We pop a bottle of champagne. We play some board games and stuff, and we put Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve on the TV. Christmas Eve is here for giving people a time where they don't have much else, many other places to go. Because a lot of people do have like an attachment to Christmas, but you know, people travel. People sometimes have like a strange relationships with family members. So people have all sorts of stuff. So like Christmas is like a big time for many. And so giving people who don't have a place to go on Christmas is one of the things I like to do. But New Year's, a lot of people work New Year's, and it's more like just like party than anything else. And if you don't give a shit about New Year's, it doesn't really matter as much. I know like half the people that I know, like they don't even do anything on New Year's. It's just like an extra day. It's just like they get the day off, and it's no big deal. So I don't treat it the same. I just have some friends over and hang out. Last year we did a New Year's one shot, I think, in like a D&D one shot. Look at the damage numbers. Scrolling. Heck of beer, but like cheap beer because they don't know the difference? True. Yeah, that makes sense.
Then the whispering stops. And all you
Hey kid, I got some PBR. Or something like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I just do need to be reminded about Santa, because if nobody reminds me about Santa, I'll talk about the commercialization of Santa and Coca-Cola at some point tomorrow. And being able to escape that's good. From Zuggernow, this shroom hits different. Yeah, it does. You're farming Zugget Boy? Oh my god, that's terrifying. How did you lose the first one? Your life? I forgot. Alright, take care, Brian. Merry Christmas. On holidays, I just rolled a 98. So, I did work at Nintendo. Well, my uncle worked at Nintendo, which is how I got into Nintendo, so I worked at Nintendo. Oh, we got the other one? No, I got it. Sorry, I just missed it. Let me... So I'll give you the actual answer to that question, H46 Aviator. Holiday and seasonal bonuses to RNG? Usually not, because during holiday seasons and stuff, the players that are there are already there. they don't need to up the RNG on your purchases because you're already making the purchase on the holiday season. You're invested enough in what is going on to go ahead and make that purchase, regardless as to whether that purchase goes well or not. That being said, there are RNG changes in a lot of products that you can buy, specifically mobile games and games with loot boxes. Pretty much any mobile game you play, or anything that has some type of randomly rolled loot box, oh yeah, give me the pearls. Thank you. They will have a sign-on bonus that goes onto your account, basically. So, like, for example, on Pokemon Go, your first several Pokemon that you catch are much more likely to be higher rated, to have a higher stat total, and also, you are much more likely to find shiny Pokemon within your first 30 days of playing the game. And they do that to get it to stick. And then the rates go down because they don't need to keep those drop rates high. They just need to get you that excitement. They get you in. They get you to have a lot of fun. And a lot of video games will do this, where within the first little bit of gameplay, you're guaranteed to find something that will be good for your character, or that will be good for your play experience, or that will be exciting or look exciting, where it feels random, but it's not. It's more predetermined because they're forcing a result through. And they do that because it makes a lot of money. It's just smart marketing. Oh, good morning, Nighthair. Merry Christmas. Yeah. As far as I know, SSG doesn't do it in terms of drop rates for packs, but that's also because when new packs come out, I farm out gear. I don't get anything. So, like, I don't think SSG does it just because I literally never get anything when new quests comes out. Even by making new accounts during event month? I mean, not really, because a lot of games will keep things, like, specific to the player, right? I got it. So, like, as an example, let's say you're playing, like a Pokemon Go, and use that as an example, where you do have higher drop rates, like when you get started and stuff, for all the big things, better chance of getting shiny Pokemon, stuff like that. When you trade those Pokemon to other people, everything re-rolls, and even if you wanted to, it takes months to be able to do it. Where you have to interact with somebody for like 6 months. So you could like make a new account and go get this thing and then get yourself like a guaranteed like shiny or whatever it is because you have a new account bonus. But that's like 6 months of work. Whereas you could just go out and catch it yourself and probably get it anyway by grinding it.
A single pirate stands inside.
It's usually just a way to sign people in so the luck feels like it's a lot better.
When he spots you, he shouts a command. The dinosaurs jump to obey.
Because I'm pretty sure that Diablo 4 does this as well, where within the first, I think it's like the first 20 levels of gameplay, after each monster you kill, there's like I'm pretty sure this is somewhere, I could be it might not be Diablo 4, but there is one of the ARPGs. I think it's just Diablo 4 in my mind because the game sucks. But there's an ARPG there where within the first sort of X amount of levels of the game, you basically have a increasing chance to find a legendary or like a special high quality item until you finally get one, and then the chance goes away when you first get started. To guarantee that every player gets some type of important legendary item, but it's not happening at the same time, so it doesn't feel as the same as like when you talk to a friend and say, oh, I got the same thing. And it's not like a quest reward, so you know it's supposed to happen in your journey. It's like, oh, wow, look at this, I got a legendary. You have that like big moment. But it's all scripted. What's my favorite perfect Pokemon Go Pokemon that you've caught? I don't know. That's a good question. I should look that up. You're gonna make me look at my phone while I'm doing Reaper mode.
The Commodore has stashed the monolith that you are here to find somewhere inside.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
Count is increasing.
My party has ended. Okay, we were doing the raid. We got Mega Glalie. Perfect Pokemon. Then the Gods folder. Okay, so I have a few. Because I only have 18 perfect Pokemon in all the years I've been playing. I don't have that many in comparison to the amount of other people that I know. Like, I got my girlfriend to start playing Pokemon Go this summer, and she already has, like, almost 30 perfect Pokemon, and I have 18, and I've been playing since 2017. So, yeah, it's a good time. But I have to say, probably my favorite is going to be, that I caught is the perfect Nihilego, which is, like, this, like, space jellyfish thing. I just think it's, like, a great-looking Pokemon. It's, like, really cool, and so I have that one, and it's perfect.
Even more visibly frustrated,
and then my favorite perfect Pokemon that I have just in general is my perfect sunglasses Absol. It's from the Fashion Week that happened this year, so it's an Absol with sunglasses. And it is perfect. However, I did not catch it. I got it through a trade.
The magical barrier blocking the
So
access
yeah,
to her
let me just
treasury
put that here.
fades as well.
Yeah, look at my beautiful perfect Absol. Get him, dude. So that's the perfect Absol, and then I got the
You're one step closer to
perfect
bypassing the curses
Nihilego
protecting
as
the
well,
Forbidden Temple.
which is sick.
One step closer to leaving the Isle.
Milkman is on his last life. No, not Milkman. I'm sorry, Milkman. Tyranitar, winner of raids. Oh, I have a perfect Tyranitar and a perfect Aerodactyl. It's just not my favorite because I don't really like Tyranitar. Tyranitar is okay. It's a reasonable Godzilla stand-in. But it's definitely not my favorite Pokemon by any stretch of the imagination. But I do have a perfect Tyranitar that I used today to defeat Mega Glalie because I have two Tyranitars, one that's perfect and one that's one-off. The one-off is Bite Brutal Swing, and the perfect one is Smackdown Stone Edge.
You make your way into the master.
So, and they're both Mega Tyranitar, so I just interchange them.
While the engravings on the wall show the structure was built by the co-crew, the smell tells you what the current inhabitants are.
Yeah, Tyranitar is great. Hey man, I'm busy. I'm talking about Pokemon.
The door opened.
This man just ran into him? Well, yeah, because he died. He died. My Milkman. Oh. Doing Gwilyn stand? I read about that in Twitch chat. Or not in Twitch chat, in guild chat. I saw you talk about that. What happened? Did you, like, run into a trap? Did you get hit by Champ Flame Strike? Did you get knocked down by one of the many Minotaurs, then get comboed? Did you get hit with Command? I also just maybe killed Horse. I mean, where does the horse go when you get off of it? Maybe it dies. Couldn't heal in time? Oof. Yeah, what usually gets people in Gwilyn stand is the priests. Because you get a Chant Priest and it flame strikes you for 200 and you don't realize what's happening until it's too late. A mushroom to death? Yeah, the mushrooms are very dangerous there. You gotta be careful.
A large bullywug gurgles in alarm as you come near. We won and cast Necro Burst and died before I got healed. I think it was a bit of a blur. Yeah. I'm trying to like work backwards, try to determine where you were when you died. Again, so I'd assume it would be a priest, especially if you got taken down to 31. Do you have, you're a Pale Master, do you have the thing that makes it so you take less, well, you might not be a Pale Master, but if you are a Pale Master, do you have the thing so you take less light damage from while in undead form, or did you not take that yet? Two large wheels with a series of sigils.
Because that's one of those things that I never take on the regular server, because like who cares about dying, but on the hardcore server you forget to take it, then you die instantly to Searing Light. Remember the primals, really fucking impossible to catch, really annoying. Yep, I did a whole bunch. Yeah, we did them at the end of the summer, so I went out to the park with like 6 or 7 other people. And by 6 or 7 other people, I mean me and a friend of mine and a bunch of phones where I had them all like strapped to my arms. And it was like 30-something degrees outside. It was basically, it was 100 degrees outside. Freedom. and we were outside, and I had a bunch of phones, and we were doing the Kyogres, the Groudons, and then the Rayquazas. And yeah, we were out there like the whole day. So I have them all. I have Primal Groudon and Kyogre and Mega Rayquaza. But my god, that was a long day. Although I did not buy the ticket for the Mega Diancie. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not spending the money on Mega Diancie. They were a bitch to catch.
I was told you were a Bingus. Can you confirm, Strim?
I can deny I am not a Bingus. Yeah, I'm in fact not a Bingus. So yeah, sorry. Yo, what's up, Grizzle? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Strimtom, and I don't. I was gonna say I don't normally stream Christmas Eve. I stream every Christmas Eve. Like I stream like other days during the week, but I do an evening Christmas Eve stream for all those people that don't really have like a place to go during this holiday season, just to hang out and have a good thing to do. Hopefully, you had a nice time with your family if you spend time with your family, or if you can't, you're still doing well, or maybe you don't celebrate Christmas. All of that's fine. I hope you're just having a good day. Electric cold be better to take? Yeah, it is. Have to change that up, but the damage is pretty good. So the damage is good, but you died. So that's usually the main issue. In the end game, you can like work that down with the fact that most monsters don't cast any light spells, so it's not that big of a deal. But in Heroics, it's a huge problem. I probably should have been more specific with that, but yeah, in Heroics, it's much better to take the light reduction, whereas in Epics, you don't really need it anymore, because the only monster that casts light damage is in the quest out of space. Inventory slots. The only monster that casts light damage is, what do you call it? The final boss of Grim and Barret, who hits you with so much light damage, you just die even if you're not, like, stuck with that. Any leftovers? Nice, that's fantastic. I love leftovers. It's like my favorite part. Chains so good. Yeah, chains are fantastic. If you've never done Shader Kai, also I will say credit to Ludacris for that build. It's literally word for word Ludacris' build. I think I might have made like an adjustment or two, but it's mostly just Ludacris build that he put together. He ran that in a previous season to 5K, so that's why it's on there. Yeah, he did a good job. Twitch stream in like 6 days. Nice. I hope you're feeling okay, H46 Aviator. Yeah, because the last time I saw you was after we raided Jen Reyna, I think. And then she had difficulty pronouncing your name. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you're feeling good. Yeah. When I got the coronavirus, it was brutal. It was probably one of the sickest things I've ever experienced. It was horrible. And it gave me pericarditis. Stupid coronavirus. How is this game? So, that is a big question to answer. But if you said you're looking for a new MMO game, I'm going to assume that you've played MMO games before. You know, your World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, Elder Scrolls Online, Guild Wars 2, Ragnarok Online, Eve, whatever it is. I'm assuming you've played a lot of other video games, or at least some other MMORPG. So I'm going to do my best to kind of truncate and give you the kind of the play-by-play about what's different. Long story short, in pretty much every MMORPG, the cycle is go into town, get a bunch of quests, go to a place, do the quests, like kill 10 guys, kill 20 guys, pick up weapons, find the note, kill the boss, something like that. And then you come back to town, you hand in the quests, there's some dialogue, and then you move on. Then they go, oh my god, did you know there's cosmetically similar town down the road? And at cosmetically similar town, there's also a whole bunch of quests that are cosmetically similar to the last quest you were doing. And you go, oh man, that's crazy. And then they send you over there and you do those quests. DDO doesn't have that. DDO is all dungeons. So it is Dungeons & Dragons the whole way down. So there's an overworld area here that we're sort of in called the Isle of Dread. And this is mostly like, I don't want to say fluff, it's probably the wrong word, but it's mostly just like a in-between zone. to the actual dungeon. This is the Stone Script Chronicle. It's a dungeon that's narrated by a person. So as you go in through the experience, you have somebody who's going to be telling you about the dungeon you are currently experiencing and going through, and filling in a lot of those gaps. And the entire game, you're encouraged to group. You can play solo, but you're encouraged to group the whole time. In contrast to other MMORPGs, there are no dailies, there are no fetch quests, there are nothing like that. Does this mean the game is better? It's a game with no fetch quests? No, you realize how much you miss a lot of those fetch quests. Having something you can quickly do and log in is really nice in a lot of other MMORPGs, and same thing with dailies. They give you a reason to log in every day and talk to your friends and do other activities, whereas in a game like DDO, we don't have any dailies, so sometimes people will just log out for periods of time because it's not, as immediately relevant to go and do an activity like right away. That being said, another thing that's also different about Dungeons & Dragons Online is you can customize your character however you want. You don't play one class, you can play up to 3. So I'm a pure wizard right here, but we also happen to have Overgeared. And Overgeared is a barbarian rogue alchemist. I think everyone else is pure, but yeah. So you can multi-class your character. Also, you can choose your race, and there's like 14 races and 15 classes. Also, you can choose your base stats, you choose your skills, you choose your feats. You choose every spell that you have, because this is based off 3.5 Dungeons & Dragons. Do you own that 300-page book? Well, you better learn it, because it's part of the game experience. Do you like tutorials? No? Great. DDO doesn't really have one. That's also pretty good. And by good, I mean kind of bad, because it doesn't really teach you how the game works. But, it's still fun to get into. And it is a complicated gearing system that's kind of unlike any other video game out there. Not really unlike, but unlike a lot of other MMOs, where numbers don't add together. So, like, if I have 2 items, and one of them is a strength 10 and the other one's a strength 11, those don't add together. And so putting together your items on your character means you have to find interlocking gear stats that don't overstep the boundary and have the right sets that you need, and it takes time to get into. So that's like the video game stuff. The secondary part of it, DDO is also free, has a fantastic community, and is being currently updated. So they're still making and managing the game. They recently released a free adventure pack about I can't search it. Okay, yeah, we can do it. The game is free. They do release free content. They just recently released a new dungeon about a group of dragons who are doing a ritual, and then a cat busts in through the window and jumps in the middle of the ritual, knocking something over, which then turns the cat into a dragon. And then you have to go catch the cat dragon by using giant, oversized cat toys and stuff. And it's a great quest. This is very fun. And that was free. That was just a free adventure they just added into the game. So if you're looking for a new video game, MMORPG, to give a shot, here's my recommendation when it comes to DDO. Put the game on the computer, because it costs you no money. And, kill a weekend on it, you know what I mean? Play, make a couple characters, do some of the adventures, look around, maybe group with some people, do whatever it is you're doing. And then, after a week, not even a week, like a weekend, you'll know whether you like the game or not. It's very different than a lot of the MMORPGs out there, which is not necessarily a good thing, okay? There's a reason why people buy Coca-Cola as opposed to new products and new flavors, because people like the thing that they already are familiar with. But it's different and unique, and you'll know if that's something you're really into as when you get started. Am I on pace now? The option to check in when you come back when you're hungry again? Yeah. That's it. There's no risk. It's a very low risk thing to do. It's a nice thing about a lot of games where they'll give you the chance to get in and log in. And as I said, a lot of people usually bounce off of DDO very quickly. DDO is short for Dungeons & Dragons Online. I just don't want to say Dungeons & Dragons Online a lot. They'll bounce off pretty quickly because they'll start playing and be like, ooh, I don't know if I like this playstyle or whatever's going on. So to give you context, this game is nothing like Neverwinter, just for a point of reference. So if you have a buddy who's into Neverwinter, this is nothing like Neverwinter. The Neverwinter and Dungeons & Dragons Online are very, very, very different video games. Neverwinter is very similar in terms of its implementation and design as World of Warcraft, in terms of the overarching quest system and the a lot of the basic character design in terms of how they're actually kind of arrayed in the progression systems that exist in the game. And again, it has that sort of like, you know, daily, weekly login feel, except then it also has a lot of money involved in the whole upgrading system. So if you're somebody who doesn't want to invest a lot of money into a character to upgrade their equipment, you may or may not enjoy Neverwinter as well. Now, to be fair, I also don't have as much experience with Neverwinter. I've played the game previously, but most of that previous playtime was like 5-ish years ago, which is not commensurate to the current time, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. It's not me trying to say bad things about Neverwinter. I mean, it's one of the more popular consoles on, or MMORPGs on Xbox. It's also one of the only MMORPGs on Xbox, but it's pretty good. And there's lots of people that play it. Hell, they had their Menzo Berenzin expansion that released this summer, which was, you know, actually highlighted by Wizards of the Coast at their big, like, Wizards of the Coast conference in the summertime. You know, there's a lot of people that play it. But it's very different to this game. Very different to Dungeons & Dragons Online. So, like, to give you just, like, a slight bit of contrast, I'm playing as a wizard. This is my character here. My wizard is a Warforged, one of the races in Eberron, which is the world that this game takes place in, the campaign setting. Because every game you play, every Dungeons & Dragons game you play is going to be playing in a campaign, as it were, like basically where the story is set. So you can play a Dungeons & Dragons campaign, but it's a Game of Thrones themed Dungeons & Dragons. You're playing Dungeons & Dragons, but it's taking place in, I don't know what the land of Game of Thrones is called, I didn't watch the TV show, but you're taking place in that place. Or you're playing, like, you know, a Fallout themed Dungeons & Dragons. You're taking place in the what do they call that? The U.S. Wasteland or something? Capital Wasteland? So you could have, like, a different circumstance taking place in one of these areas and have your story be different, because it's all about the campaign setting. Dungeons & Dragons Online's campaign setting is based off of Eberron, which is a fantasy setting that uses a lot of, like, magic. Magic is very present in people's lives. So as opposed to having a lot of very, you know, powerful magic users, there's a huge amount of very low-level magic users. So you have, like, a whole bunch of people who are what's known as mage rights, where people who can basically do minor amounts of magic. So there's kind of like magic everywhere. You got magic mail, you got magic travel systems, you got a magic basic stuff for the average person. And one of those magic things is the Warforged. I'm literally playing as a robot right now, which is pretty sweet. So I'm like a mechanized person, which is kind of cool. On top of that, I am a spellcaster, so I have lots of intelligence, and I cast my spells, and I'm an evoker, so I cast spells doing evocation. However, if I wanted to, I could also become an Eldritch Knight, using my magic to fuel my attacks and actually hitting people with weapons instead of casting, like, big spells. Well, and or interweaving them, as Eldritch Knights need to weave spells and magic to, spells and attacks to be able to do stuff. Or I could take my character and go a different direction and become a Pale Master, somebody who shrouds themselves in the power of the undead, becoming, you know, basically undead myself and be able to not only heal myself with necromantic magic, but also damage enemies and instantly kill people and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Even though I'm a robot, I could be a robot lich. How cool is that? And then on top of that, my character is also a Macrotech and a Draconic Incarnation. A Macrotech is somebody who has extreme advancements and understanding over technologies, and so as a result, I get this item on my arm called a Rune Arm, which is like a hand cannon, like Mega Man, and I can use it to charge up and fire out different blasts. And depending on the type of Rune Arm that I have all these in my inventory, it changes the blast. So I have Light Spirals, which shoots out light damage, but I can very easily... Come on, Quest. Hello. I can shoot out these, like, light spirals, but I can easily swap it over to the propulsion module and then shoot out a big fireball. Or I could swap it over to the impact redistributor. And all of a sudden, boom, I'm shooting out these, like, force blasts, depending on my different rune arms that I use. And so there's a lot of, like, flexibility in terms... And this is just all stuff I can reset like that. Yo, congrats, dude. So there's a lot of, like, crazy ways you can customize and build your own character, and you can kind of build pretty much any character from any other video game in Dungeons & Dragons Online, which is kind of neat.
Gargoyles roost in the canyon roots
Also,
beyond this
if you find this skill tree and this skill tree, also this skill tree, I forgot about, yeah, you got this menu system. Do I have any more skill trees? Yeah, you got your feats and your skills. This is all nested menus. Also, you have your inventory. which has 2 nested trees in it. Any more UI pieces? I think of more ways to customize your character. I'm running out of trees, though. I don't know. There's probably more. Sorry, I'm very drunk. It's Christmas, so I was out with the family and doing things. Also, Dungeons and Dragons is a game that I would say is a little bit of hiccup there. Dungeons and Dragons is a game that is really fun, and you can customize however you want. And you know what that means? That means that you can make bad characters. It is also very possible to make a bad character, which is why here on Twitch, as a live streamer, my primary business is teaching people how to play the game, where they ask me questions about, like, how does this work? Can I do this? Does you combine this with this and do that? Because it is a complicated game just by the nature of it. Dungeons & Dragons is fairly complicated. And so as a result, you can make bad characters. It's kind of like the rite of passage. Almost everybody's first character is like kind of bad because you're like learning the systems and trying to figure out what's going on. But the nice thing is the Dungeons & Dragons online community is awesome. People will help you out. They'll help you understand what's going on. If you have questions about things, they'll they'll answer your questions to the best of their ability. And there's a lot of great people out there. Straightforward compared to that. Yes, this game is not as complicated as Path of Exile. This game is, how would I describe Path of Exile? This game is as complicated as Path of Exile was before Delirium, I would say. So current DDO is pre-Delirium Path of Exile. Because when they added Delirium, and they added in Cluster Jewels, the different kinds of Cluster Jewels, and then they kept going from there with now they had, after Delirium, then they added in Legion with the different Legion Jewels, and this and that and the other thing. Then, it starts to get really far outside the realm of how you're customizing your character, but yeah. You have Reaper up? Oh, yeah, I leveled up a few times. I'm 8 points. Nice. I got some more DCs. Some hit points. So yeah, so this would... DDO's complexity is like pre-Delirium Path of Exile. I think that's a fair comparison, but I'm honestly not sure.
Simulating enthusiasm. More power means more killing!
Also, I have a sentient weapon and it's yelling at me. What did that say? More power means more killing? Oh, thanks, weapon. I have a sentient weapon. I have to feed it other weapons. So it gets happy. Turn off curses, please. Yeah, it's a good game. Would recommend giving it a shot. Also, please be aware, I am heavily biased. My name is Strimtom. I'm a Dungeons & Dragons Online content creator. I've been playing this game since the game first came out. And I'm also the biggest person who talks about the game. So I have a bias. Please be aware when you listen to things that I say. I am not an impartial person. I have a bias. I mean, I don't get paid by Sandstone Games. If they wanted to pay me, my email is open. I could use some more money. But, yeah. I don't get paid by SSG. Also, this quest is horrifying. So let's see how this goes. Also, I didn't explain what's going on. Right now we're on a temporary server called the Hardcore server. If you've played other games, you know what Hardcore is. Only one life. Except this is an MMORPG. And it's fun. So if you die, you lose your character. And we're playing this on the harder difficulties because one of the challenges is to play on Reaper mode, which is the mode where the Dungeon Master is actively trying to kill you.
Barrier blocks the passage beyond
and so we're playing on Reaper mode with the goal of getting as much Reaper XP as possible to then earn points to then do the things. I have a zombie on top of me. Can I kill this? Yeah, I can. But yeah, Reaper mode is where the Dungeon Master tries to kill you. All the monsters hit harder. All of them resist your magic way more often. The monsters take less damage from you. The monsters get extra stats, extra effects. Sometimes they just ignore effects entirely, and there's extra monsters that spawn in called Reapers, and Reapers have like even more dangerous special monster effects, which makes it kind of fun. So Westeros is gone, I believe. That sounds right. Westeros sounds right. And Game of Thrones was such a trip. Because like I'm a gigantic nerd, but I was working in sales at the time, and a lot of the people that were in sales were like these like sales bros. You know, you have like you're just like stereotypical like jocks and stuff who be working in sales. It's all about confidence and personality, and these things matter quite heavily in sales. Like, yeah, you also have to understand a little bit of the math and the business to it, but the confidence really like bleeds out, and it's kind of an important thing. And it was super bizarre to me to be a gigantic nerd surrounded by effectively a bunch of, you know, jocks and what have you. I'm just going to use those terms. That's not the correct term, but that's the closest I can get. And being surrounded by those people, and then all of a sudden having all of them start talking about how cool Game of Thrones is. And they're like, dude, you watch Game of Thrones? Like, so amazing. The dragons and Cersei and all this other stuff. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, dude. I missed it. I shouldn't have HBO when it came out. And so I never really watched it. Before you go, yeah, Strimtom, I didn't have HBO either. That's why I stole it. Yeah, I was too lazy to steal it too. I don't think I can pick this lock. No, I can't. Only the rogue can. I definitely can't do this chest into that much. Nice. Does that analysis of it being the best TV you've ever seen also include the final season? Because that's what people tell me. The people tell me that the final season was not good. Because there's that part of it. Yeah. You were fine with the ending? Oh, okay. Yeah, I have to assume not everybody hated it. Like, yeah, sure. Most, like, a lot of people that if you're spending any time online hated it, but I have to imagine that not everybody did. For me, the best TV was Better Call Saul.
When Christmas movie?
Sometime. Eventually. That's not a satisfying answer, but it is what it is. Ah, I never watched Lost. I lost my first life. No! You have freedom of movement against a beholder? Oh, man. That sucks. Sorry to hear that, Kaiju Care. That's a rough time. At least you still have extra lives, so you can continue to go on. Go. I got it. Held me, ignored me, and got swarmed. Oof. And frozen zombies? Yeah. Like I said, I didn't really watch it. As I know a lot of people that watch Game of Thrones that they were really excited about it. I just didn't really watch it that much. Oh god, the Fear Reaper. That was spooky. The rats kind of went everywhere. I still have a rat chasing me? No, okay, we're good. Yeah, the Rune Arm gets more colorful from the Macro Tech Epic Destiny, so the more bonuses you have in Macro Tech, the more the Rune Arm glows with different colors. It's kind of cool. These things have so many hit points. Those elementals have like 50,000. It's very annoying.
A wave of heat envelops you as you enter the blood-filled cavern. And the last orb shatters. The barriers in the
I know, that hurt a lot actually. Yeah, it's no save. Okay, I'm good. We're all here. Everyone's all healthy. Okay, we're good. Okay, don't walk into the... Oh, I need fire shield fire, actually. Oh, whoopsie. Alright, Let's put the fire shield on. Sorry, I have to like focus a tiny bit because this ending bit of this adventure is very dangerous. A lot of Kopru, the scary elementals. Uh-oh. So I just gotta be careful, making sure I'm not getting killed.
The statues here radiate an almost palpable malice.
Oh, and then I got my Arcane Supremacy, which is like my huge damage proc. Sick. Yeah. Satisfying. Scary? No, yeah. Is there anything that looks like cake? It's not the rune arm. So this is the Macrotech Epic Destiny. So if you are a Macrotech, you get the Force Field Generator, and each tier, the Improved Aegis, Magical Recoil, and Force Field Generator, add another color to the rune arm. So yeah, it's actually just it's just that. This rune arm is colorful underneath all of that, but you can't see it. Looks like a big donut. I mean, it is kind of like a big donut. Not gonna lie, it's a good description. This is one of the prototypes from Sharn. This is prototype 7 Flash Transferal that has light spirals on it. I actually wasn't really planning on using a Radiance rune arm, but all the other rune arms do like the wrong amount of damage. They're like bugged or something. I don't know what's going on, but they don't do anything. And they spread out like straight to around, so like they're super wide. So they just go like this. They just spread out, so you can't actually shoot anything. I agree. It looks good. What's up, Pateri? Merry Christmas.
As you enter the passage, sounds become muffled.
But yeah, it's pretty good. I like the visual on it. They did a good job of some of this. You're sick? Yeah, me too. That's why I'm all sniffly.
You approach the strange.
But you know what? Who cares? It's Christmas. I don't care if I'm sick. I'm not really sick. I was at a relative's house who has a bunch of cats, and I'm allergic to cats, so I am like, yeah, I'm not good. I'm all stiffy.
And then collapses.
So it's like a temporary sickness, like it'll go away later. The festive? Yeah. Like I said, I set up this tree. We did it at the beginning of the month. I did like a tree setting up session, like a stream. It was a lot of fun. Went from setting up the tree to then playing Baldur's Gate. By the way, next week is going to be like a bit of a weird week. It'll be kind of like a best of, if that makes sense. So I'll be streaming and doing other things, but I'll probably be doing like a couple other like small interim games. My plan is, I think, Friday of next week, I want to spend the day playing a game called Magic: The Gathering. I've never played before, so I think it would be fun. I've been talking about it for a while, so I might spend part of my day playing some Magic: The Gathering on stream. And that way I can let you guys flex your knowledge. Yeah, I can let you guys flex your knowledge of this 30-year-old card game on me, where I'm like, I don't understand, guys. What's a land?
I learned of you. I decided to bring you to the Isle of Dread. You see,
is this card good? And then everyone says no, and then I go, okay, I'm gonna play this card, and they go no. So you got that downloaded? Yeah, my plan is to play it.
For my purposes, I need someone with not just strength, but also wise.
So yeah, so we'll see.
Determination.
That's my current game plan anyway. I've wanted to play it like on stream for a while. Because like I said, I've played a lot of other card games. I just have never played Magic: The Gathering. I'm like in my 30s. I'm a huge nerd. I've seen Magic cards before. I know about the game. What do I know about Magic? Lands. The card Black Lotus. I don't know what it does, but I remember I've heard that card name. There are colors. And yeah. How'd you make it this long without playing Magic before? Because I grew up poor. We didn't have card money. Magic cards are expensive. So we didn't have magic card money. So like I knew other kids that had magic cards, but we didn't have magic card money, so there were no magic cards in the house. And then I just kind of skipped a lot of those card games. The closest thing I had to a card game is I had a Game Boy game that was it was the Pokemon trading card game Game Boy game. And in that game, there was a card called Professor Oak. And what Professor Oak does is you discard your hand and you draw 7 cards. And then there's another card that was in that game called Computer Search, where you discard another card and then you can draw any card that you want from your deck. And I learned as a kid that if I had maximum copies of those 2 cards, which are both commons in my deck, that on my first turn, I could always draw either Professor Oak and Computer Search, which would mean I could go through my entire deck on the first turn. Oh, dude, I have, like, no idea. I was just gonna, like, run around and do whatever. Yeah, we could do more stuff. I haven't done anything, so I've only done stuff with you. Yeah, we can do Tethumar. I can't hold anything in Tethumar, so just, you know. Okay. Apparently we're doing Tethumar. That's fun. I think one with nothing is a combo piece, and we'll know better. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, so I played some of that. And then I played Hearthstone for a while when Hearthstone came out, which is like kind of Magic adjacent. So I played some of that, and then I know that
The many benefits of your
when Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel came out on Steam, I played some of that.
Bear hug for holding?
No, I haven't. I should try that. I should just give people a big bear hug.
Simulating
Yeah, I played Master Duel when it came out,
More power
and it was the
means
one of the most
killing.
confusingly frustrating experiences I've ever had in modern video games. Where that game is like so annoying. I'll give you the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel experience. You play the game, and you get into the tutorial where they teach you, like, this is how you summon a monster. And you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then they give you, like, the advanced tutorial where you get to pick a mechanic. And I was like, oh, this one seems kind of cool. Like, links. That seems neat. So I learned how to link summon stuff. And I was like, alright, that seems kind of good. And then I went into my first match with a player who played, like, almost every card in their deck on their first turn and took, like, an 8-minute turn. And then it was my turn. I played a card. It got destroyed. I ended my turn, and I lost. And I was like, video game. I got it. So, yeah, it was an interesting experience. So I'm like, I might as well give Magic the try, see how that goes. But a lot of people know how to play Magic, so that's why I wanted to do it on stream. Because you guys know what's up. Nowadays, Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, Float. Enjoy your holiday. I hope you're enjoying your holiday anyway. Thank you so much for tuning in. Whoa. We're getting there. It's a beautiful day, man. It's a beautiful day. And by beautiful day, I mean evening. Amongst friends, competitive play is a mire of douchebags. I mean, in a competitive environment, I think the main issue that a lot of games have when it comes to the competitive mode is that the rating system is sometimes a little bit too wonky, where what you want to have happen is you want to have...
attend to it in a trot. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Oh, welcome back to the stream, Team Hartman. Happy holidays to you as well. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the resub. I think that, you know, what happens to a lot of these games, and one of the reasons why I enjoyed playing Hearthstone a lot, is that if you play bad decks, you just stay at, like, rank 20, and you can play other people who are also playing bad decks or, like, stupid concepts, and it was, like, kind of fun. And if you, like, wanted to try hard, you'd lose a lot, but if you're not try-harding, you're playing against the other people who also aren't try-harding. But I feel like that when I played Master Duel anyway, I didn't have that experience. I was only playing against people who had, like, 13-minute turns. So it wasn't as fun.
Missing? No, you can only gift and trade. The infrared feature? Yeah, I didn't know anyone else who had that game, so I couldn't trade with them. Research for the same effect. Research had become very buscar reception printed in black and white set boundaries as an ace spec trainer, which is limited to 1 per deck. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because like I said, in the Game Boy game that you get, I don't know how many cards you can put in. I think it's like 3 cards per deck or something like that. So you put in 3 oaks. I don't know what the limit was. But it was like I put in all the oaks that I had and all the computer searches, and you could literally go through your whole deck on turn 1 and win the game. It was great. I don't even understand how that was like in the first set of cards that they ever printed. Just draw 7. What a card. I'm sure there probably is in like modern Pokemon game. Where there are cards that can do more than draw 7 or something, or maybe draw 7 without a cost. I don't know, but yeah, it was like what a time to be alive. Draw 7. Juggling confusion. He didn't know any English and had just deleted my save file. I wasn't sure what was going on. Oh no! You hate to see that. Should I join Reaper group? Pause champ? Yeah, you should. You should also turn off caps lock. Pidgeot EX. Let me look up this card. Also, Merry Christmas, Shadowcat. Pidgeot EX. Pidgeot EX. Quick search. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a card and put it in your hand. Then shuffle your deck. You can't use more than 1 quick search ability each turn. I don't know how hard it is to make a Pidgeot EX from a Pidgeot. I assume you just evolve it, like in the thing. But, yeah. I assume you would just do that. With the like, you know, because it's an ability. Although, isn't there like, I have to imagine that abilities are also probably balanced by the fact that there's limits on how you can use them. In the sense that like, I think, wasn't it like there was a card like Muck that made it so Pokemon abilities didn't work or something like that? So there is like counterplay on abilities, but I guess I'm trying to remember the rules. I don't know if you can evolve. You get Pidgeot EX on turn 1. Oh yeah, you have your Reaper Eyes. I forgot about that. Can you do that on turn 1? An item card version of the Pokemon Breeder? Oh right, Breeder. Yeah, that would allow you to evolve Pokemon. Yeah, right away. Okay, yeah. Again, I don't have a my knowledge of the Pokemon card game is the old Nintendo Game Boy game that came out in like 1996 or 97. So that's my knowledge of the rules of Pokemon. They've probably changed a lot. Considering you said card type, what did you say? You said Ace Spec Trainer? Yeah, there weren't card types. There were Pokemon cards, energy cards, and trainer cards. That's all the cards you had. It would make sense that they needed to balance that. Yeah, even the second effect, Blustery Wind. You may discard a stadium in play. I'm ready to stream. Hey chat, Merry Christmas to you all. Yay, Merry Christmas, Lardo. Merry Christmas. I would also have to imagine that, you know, and again, maybe this is me not understanding, but wouldn't a card like Pidgeot EX not necessarily be better than a computer search? Because computer search would be generic. I guess it doesn't have a cost, so you don't have to discard anything. But I feel like, you know, you'd have to run Pidgeotto, Pidgeot in the deck, and then also an evolve card to search 1 card, which I feel like is less consistent than just having a card that says draw a card. But I don't know. Like cards from packs you open to open more cards? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah. But yeah. I do know that card draw is a lot more powerful in Pokemon. Not powerful, sorry. There's a lot more card draw in Pokemon than other card games. Where, like, you can draw way more cards in Pokemon than other games in terms of just the word to draw. Like, where you draw a card. Whereas a lot of other card games will have more, like, individual searching mechanics, or like will restrict the power of draw, where Pokemon is more draw, because there's a limit on what you can do in your turn anyway.
Because like you can only play like one. I think I remember it's like you can only play like one energy card per turn and and you can only evolve one Pokemon per turn, or you can only like have a Pokemon change phase once. So like if I play a card, so if I play like Charmander, I can't then play Charmeleon. I have to play Charmander and then I have to wait a turn and then I can evolve it in a following turn. And you can only do one energy. I remember that being the case, but yeah. Relevant with the stadium card path to the peak. Spirit Tomb from Paldea evolved. Yeah, exactly. I assume ability shutdown would be present everywhere. Because they was in the beginning. I'm pretty sure Muck had it. Muck Pokemon card. No, it wasn't Muck. There was a Pokemon... Yeah, it is. Muck. The original one. Pokemon Power Toxic Gas. Ignore all Pokemon powers other than Toxic Gas. Thank you. This one's pretty good. This is Drunk Narasov. Neighborhoods of Christmas Party. Drink your water. Have a good night. Yo, Drunk Narasov. This is Drunk Strimtom. So, with my shirt. I had a nice time. So I hope you're doing good. Charizard EX. Yeah, Charizard's good in every game. Yep. A second. There you go. A lot of Zard cards are poop. No, Charizard just in general is pretty good. Like in Pokemon X and Y, they had Charizard. And then they had Charizard X and Mega Charizard X and Mega Charizard Y. And then in the next Pokemon game, I don't know if Charizard had its own Z move. I think it did. And then, and then they had those ones, and then they had Gigantamax Charizard. So there's usually like there's usually a special Charizard everywhere.
The portcullis lowers. You can see
So yeah, not saying like in the Pokemon game, but just generally like it's a pretty favored Pokemon. So there's usually good versions of that one. They don't let that one go.
You see signs.
But man, how could that be bad? Wasn't like the original Charizard had an effect which was like all energy cards or fire energy cards or something like that? Like that effect is so good, I think. Yeah, because you could get like the double energy or something and then it counts as fire. Oh, 23 died to a ballista. Don't do Storm the Beaches on Epic, Steam. You missed this game? Lawless Shadow, DDO misses you too. Log in today. Download at DDO.com. Put the game onto your computer and relive all the nostalgia. But it's like kind of different because you played it, and now when you play it again, the game is just like, it's not exactly as you remember it because like the game's changed over time and it feels weird and distant, and it kind of likens you to like that time where you go and you meet friends that you had 15 years ago and they call you out of nowhere for lunch. And you're like, you know what, that'd be nice. It'd be good to reconnect with somebody. So you go and you meet them for lunch. And it's like nice. It's good to reconnect. But there's still that kind of distantness because, you've both changed and grown as people. And you're no longer the same people that you used to be. And even though you have a good experience, you're still coming away with this weird sense of yearning for the past. So yeah, download DDO today.
One of the fallen gods. No doubt it matches the lock on the gate.
Favorite starter? Oh. I think it's either exclamation point Pokemon or exclamation point something. Let me see it. I'm gonna find it. Don't look it up. Also, if you haven't played in a while, let me catch you up to speed on what's happening right here. This is the special Hardcore League. So we're playing on Hardcore League. Hardcore is you die in the game, you die in real life. Just kidding, you only have one life to live. So, right now, yeah, you need spell pen and we don't have any. But yeah, so you only have like one life to live. On top of that, we're also playing on Reaper mode, which is the difficulty they added after the previous difficulty Elite that goes up to 10 different scales. Reaper 1 through 10. And then also, I am playing as a wizard who is using a rune arm with the new recently updated Archmage tree, as well as the new Epic Destiny Macro Technic, which allows me to... They also redid the Epic Destinies with Macro Technic, which allows me to use rune arms as without having to be a artificer, as well as getting a whole bunch of other abilities like Maximum Overdrive, where I can press it and I get movement speed and double cast speed for a short duration. It's pretty neat. They have a lot of stuff. Okay, anyway. Poke. Yes, exclamation point Pokemon. That's it. And then it gives you my favorite Pokemon, so you can see which one it is. I don't remember because of the drinking, so I implore you to check out the website float, or check out the link. Exclamation point Pokemon. Like, not that I'm trying to pass it off, I just literally can't remember. Is it dark type? Oh, they have dark type Pokemon cards now? Oh, that's kind of cool. That makes sense. I would assume they would have just slotted dark type into one of the existing type cards, but that makes sense. Dark energy. $330 HP? Oh my god, that's so many HPs. Remember when it was like, you know, Snorlax had like 100 HP? Or no, 150, and that was like the big thing. From which generation? Float, I swear to fucking god, if you're gonna ask me the same fucking question, instead of just using exclamation point Pokemon to check, I'm gonna go medieval on your ass. It means I put them, you put them inside of an object called an Iron Maiden, which is a large cage that, it's like an iron sarcophagus that's just a little bit bigger than your body. And it has nails on the inside of it on both sides. So when you close it on somebody, the nails slowly close onto the inside of their body. However, there can sometimes be just enough space that you can actually exist inside the Iron Maiden very gently and not be touching anything. But any slight movement will cause you to get immediately impaled. And it's a moment game of exhaustion before you die. That's what it means.
Hi streamer, I just threw my headphones across the room since I'm in this Reaper 4 group. What's your favorite starter, and from which generation?
So, my favorite starter is going to be my grandma's starter. So it comes from my grandma's generation, but she has a pretty good sourdough bread starter that I've been using for a long time. So that's one of my favorite starters, is my grandma's sourdough starter. So generation, Gen World War II. Probably. I don't know the name of that generation, but yeah.
A drow priestess and her attendants stand clustered near an altar. You glimpse a lever near the altar's face.
Anyway.
The priestess mutters
Oh,
a
was this
final
an
curse.
image of the card?
The lever is full, and the port
That's dark type? I thought it was fire type. That looks... Oh, there's two Charizard EXs. No, that's the same card. You only linked one Charizard. Am I supposed to look... Is there supposed to be two of them here? Ah, yeah, I'm drinking and I can't remember the favorite starter. It's on that list, though. My favorite starter, according to this, is Braixen. So that's Gen 6. There's two. You posted the same... Wait. On mine, it loads up as the same link twice. I don't have to tell you. No, I'm saying that when I click them, I get links to exactly the same card. There's no difference between the two cards. Like, the links are different, but I get links to the exact same card. They're different to you? Then maybe I have to clear my cache, which I will do in a minute when I'm not focusing on avoiding being paralyzed by drow.
Several magic
Yeah, like I have 2 cards here. So this is card 1 and this is card 2.
What are you doing in my sanctum?
Oh, no, there is a different one. Never mind, I clicked it twice. I clicked the wrong thing twice. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I clicked the wrong thing. Fuck. It's me being dumb. Oh, fuck. I got hit by the Umber Hulk? I was trying to get out of the way. I was trying to get a good angle for the thing. Anyway, I'm stupid. Alright. Alright, let me read the card. Okay. Okay. Charizard EX is Dark type. Infernal Rain. If you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 3 energy cards to chapter this Pokemon any way you like, then shuffle your deck. Wait, so if you evolve it, it gets 3 energy on its own? And Burning Darkness, 180 for 2 energy. This attack does 30 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. Wait a minute, so there's 4 prize cards, right? So if they've already taken like 2 prize cards, there's 6 prize cards? Oh, so if you're on your last prize card, then this can literally one-shot every Pokemon in the game unless they resist it. They resist. Is this a fire attack or a dark attack? I don't know how that works. Because I know you win if you get all the prize cards. It seems pretty good.
Merry Crimbus.
Merry Crimbus, Chuff. Appreciate the support. You're having a fantastic day for 3 years. Wow, what a long time. That's a long time, dude. Appreciate it. 3 years. Damn, dude.
The dwarves have asked you to stop the drow
With a dark weakness, yeah.
coming from this region once and for all. The drow
oh, so it does dark damage because it's a dark book. I forgot how like the types worked when it came to like the attacks.
Cave floor has been trampled on by numerous travelers.
I love having bards because it makes me 107 on Dragon Breath, which makes me feel really powerful, even though I'm not.
Are accompanied by the tracks of many bare feet. Slaves, perhaps? You have found the drow's well-fortified stronghold. A large gong stands next to the bridge, allowing visitors to announce themselves, and perhaps parley with the drow. The gong's hollow clash echoes through the cave. The drow guards turn and note your presence.
Succeeded Pokemon. So yeah. What Pokemon would have dark weaknesses?
Calls out to you.
It's just
Approach and speak with me, stranger. House Avathul would know your business here.
Dude, are you serious?
Go ahead and open the gate. Disable the wars.
There you go, Sid.
Cries the
I'm trying to think, what would be weak against dark types?
You there. Follow the bridge.
I guess just
Take
psychic
no
types,
detours.
basically, right?
If we catch you where you're
Are
not
those even
supposed to
good?
be, you die.
The psychic Pokemon are not like amazing in regular
managed to
Pokemon, so I have
make
to imagine they're
it
probably
past
pretty
the
bad at Pokemon
stronghold
cards, but I don't know.
defenses.
I don't know anything about
Now, to
Pokemon
find
cards.
the drow's leader and complete
It's
your
something I definitely haven't thought about in
mission.
quite a long time.
drow soldier nods to you as you approach. The High Priestess sends her regards, but regrets that she is otherwise occupied. Perhaps she'll be able to meet you in a few days. You may wait in either the room to the right or the room to the left.
Up deck into format? Oh, I guess that makes sense. Is there like formats in Pokemon, or is it just like you just play with all the cards? I don't know how it works. Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot.
You can play with all of the cards that you can play with.
Very helpful. Thank you, Horse. Garbage Pail Kids cards? Yeah. These things are extremely dangerous, by the way. Oh, I forgot to heal from Horse. They're not weak. I forgot that they heal from force damage. They're not weak to force damage. I completely misunderstood what is happening here. That's entirely my bad. I hit him with force damage thinking it would damage them. It did not. I completely forgot how they work. It's so rare. Yeah, I do. Every other rotated older cards, make room for new ones, keep the game fresh. Okay, yeah. I just remember playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And they don't rotate cards in that game. And I remember I was like, there's too many cards. This is too hard. I'm proud of you, Pock. There you go. Card printed in the E-block will be cycled out of the standard format. Ah, gotcha. Oh, yeah, learning about the different formats and stuff and all these different card games and how they're all different. I can understand why a lot of people don't get motivated to start playing card games in general. Because it's really cool. You can collect them all. There's all these like cool like art on the cards and they're like kind of neat and they have all the different things. But then it's like learning about what fleeting value your cards have in terms of how you can play them is so maddening.
The priestess stands before
Xenos, I'll be done with sevens.
one of the upper
Reprint like boss orders or research or
prayer
Ultra
to
Ball
her
and Nest
goddess.
Ball. Well, yeah,
She
I'd
isn't
assume,
aware
yeah, because I guess if it has a reprint, you can just use the new one or use the old one because you wouldn't have to use like the new legal copy. Because that would be annoying if they were like, yeah, we're reprinting this card. It's exactly the same, but you have to buy the new version to use it, because that would be transparently money hungry, which I'm not saying that they wouldn't do that. Like, this is Nintendo we're talking about. Ask 1.5k, so halfway. Nice, dude. Come on, you can do it. 3,000 favor? No problem. You'll get there. Ow. Ow. Stop shooting me with damage. There's a big bump between Reaper 3 and 4 compared to 2. We're level 12. So it's the same bump of 2 to 3 and 3 to 4. It's just your numbers are going to be, again, it's always rounding down, so you might lose a little bit more in the rounding. That's always the harder part, is knowing how much you're going to be losing when you round the numbers down between difficulties. Macrotech, have you thought about revisiting it? I have. It's something I do want to do. It's on my list of things I want to replay around with. I kind of want to do that on hardcore, actually, because I feel like hardcore is a great place to end up doing that, because hardcore is pretty fun, and I can do it as like a first life character, which gives it a fair shake in terms of its total value in the game. So I'll probably end up doing that.
Perhaps that will give the Dark Elves pause before they consider...
Which I've had at this point, planning to save them for endgame for the most part. Yeah, I just ended up doing all of them. So this character, I'm at 5,643, and I pretty much just did every quest leveling up, and I'm like, I'll just repeat it at endgame. It's not a big deal. So like, as an example, I did this quest during the leveling process. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I can't read any of these cards. Wait, hold on. In the Charmander deck, you have 2 Charmanders? How fast is Pokemon nowadays? Like, what's the average amount of turns in a Pokemon game? Because you have 2 Charmanders, which are starters. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4... Charizards. Oh, you have one. Oh, no. Yeah, sorry. 4 of them. You have 4 Charmanders because there's 2 copies. You have 4 Charmanders in the deck. But still, I feel like it's got to be a fast game then.
There are no turns in a Pokemon game because no one is playing Cleric.
Oh, because there's no turns. I got it. We're in turn 2. Is that turn 2 as in your turn 2 or turn 2 of the game as in your opponent's turn? R3 is totally doable then? Yeah, well, Reaper 3 is only just slightly harder. Remember that a good way to think about it is that whenever you go up in Reaper mode, you're going to be losing about 30% of your total damage of your current damage. So like if you do 10 on R1, you're going to be losing, you're going to go into 7 damage on, or sorry, 10 on Elite, you're going to 7 damage on Reaper 1. And then you lose 30% of that damage when you go to Reaper 2. And you lose 30% of that damage when you go to Reaper 3. And you lose 30% of that damage when you go to Reaper 4. Just gotta keep that in mind. And also the monsters do more damage. Monsters deal about 100% more damage per Reaper difficulty. Expansions twice? Yeah, maybe. Basically, I'm going to attack for 1 less energy per prize card taken. Oh, it's a basic Pokemon. Oh, because I was wondering why Radiant Charizard was on the other side, but I didn't realize it was a basic Pokemon. It's kind of interesting. Got it. Is a proper Metroidvania a very unclear path because of the size limit of text was strict? Yeah, text is expensive, dude. Think about how many pixels you have to draw for the text. It's not just you have text, you have to draw the text. That is a whole other ball game right there. Yo, Merry Christmas, Kalari. I hope you are having a great holiday season with you and your family.
Illuminating a large relay crystal.
Folks are up opening gifts tomorrow. That should be fun.
The relay crystal flares
MTG?
into brilliant life.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if you can learn the Yu-Gi-Oh game. I feel like it's just too complicated. And what I mean by that is not be saying like, oh, it's impossible to learn. Nobody can learn it, because obviously people do learn it. It's a game. But I mean more in the sense of like, it would not surprise me to find out that there were like people who've been playing the game the whole time, and then if you show them like an archetype or set of cards, they probably couldn't tell you how it works. Because there's too much crap.
As the beam
where are
of light
you?
strikes the final relay crystal, power flows into the puzzle pieces below it.
Yeah, feeling better at least? Yeah. I'm like sneezy right now. So I'm pretty sneezy. That's where I'm at. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Games where it is likely I don't even get to play if I don't go first. Yeah, I will say that. That's one of the things that keeps me away from like ever getting into the Yu-Gi-Oh card game is the experience I had on Master Duel, where in almost every single game that I played, I had to watch somebody, like if you go second, you gotta watch somebody take like an 8-minute turn where you can't do anything and then the game is over. Was every single game like that? No, it was just 90% of games. So it's like, yeah, I'm glad people like it. It's just not me. A really pretty cloak. 3,000 favor. So everyone can play? Yeah. Yeah, just having, like, the ability to play the game, I think, is, like, really important. Like, it's one of the things that I've been pretty happy in like when I played Hearthstone, like Hearthstone is definitely not like the best game, but at the very least, like most games, you know, unless it's like a really aggressive format, you'd get to like 7 to 10 turns out of your game.
You will never have
Sometimes even more than that, which was pretty good. In like there were some meta games where like I remember like the old Shaman, the Tunnel Trog and stuff, where your literal game would end on turn 4. Because they would just hit you in the face. Or some of the really bad pirate decks that Warrior would have, where again the game would end on like turn 3 or 4. But those are like very niche metagames. It's not very common. Thank you. Okay, I forgot he turns invisible at the beginning. That's funny. Gust of wind? Gust of wind. Gust of wind? Oh well, I don't have any gust of wind. Got him.
You examine the ancient tome.
So yeah, that was always a thing. Wait, what emote did you add in?
Sent to collect. The dwarves will be happy to hear that you found it. And happier still to hear that you stopped a drow incursion
That's an emote.
into one of their ancient towns.
Shuffle the hand back in and draw 7 more until you get a basic, but a consequence, the opponent gets to draw 1 card per mulligan. Oh, so if you don't draw a basic Pokemon, do you choose to mulligan, or is that like a required, like you have to have a basic Pokemon in your hand on your opening turn? Because does that mean that you could, like, So does that mean that there would be a possibility for some degenerate deck where you literally have only 1 basic Pokemon in your entire card or entire deck, and you just reshuffle until you draw it and do some, like, 1-turn kill nonsense? I feel like that's because of that, of an infinite redraw, that's going to happen. That was like my first thought. There is, it's called Executor V. Yeah, that sounds awful. I know that, like, maybe this is my problem of playing too many card games, different card games. Which again, I know it's going to surprise people to be like, "You haven't played Magic?" No, I've never held a Magic card before. I don't even know. I just skipped it somehow. But man, whenever you see a card that's like, "Oh, you could, like, a rule," it's like, "Oh, what degenerate combo deck can I make with this stupid rule?"
The eastern wall is strangely smooth to the touch.
Yeah, if everybody gets to play the game, then maybe Pokemon's cool. Is there like is there a Nintendo official Pokemon like video game, card game, or is it just you have to play like with the cards in person? Because I don't want to go talk to human beings ever, and I'm not going to, and you can't make me. Digital client? But is it like from the Pokemon company, or is it one of those things that like you can just like play it if you like, you know, it's like a third-party client made by people? Game. Yeah, we talked about that card game. I had that when I was a kid.
The clanging
It's official? Okay, cool.
of the mining golem has attracted a crowd of umber hulks.
Yeah, because this whole thing started because I was talking about how in the Pokemon game you just put Professor Oak, which is discard your hand, draw 7, and Computer Search, which is discard a card, draw any card you want, and you can go through your whole deck in 1 turn. Yeah, I still gotta finish Pokemon. What's it called? Violet? I still gotta finish Pokemon Violet. Because I don't have my Rhydon yet as a Pokemon I can use. I just can't bring myself to play it. Watching my frame rate go from like 9 to 17 constantly is really annoying. The performance problems are like nauseating. I like can't look at the screen for too long. I actually get like headaches from staring at it too long. And I look at computer screens for a living.
growing worse.
And I find that game is way too hard to look at.
To this chamber.
So that's interesting. Pokemon trading card game live is its name. I mean, that's a good name. It's very clear what it is.
Seals the passage to the north.
If beans are terrible, avoid. Agree. Do we have to follow in the second one? I don't remember. Oh yeah. Ugh. Yeah. So I gotta do that. I gotta learn about all these things. Again, I'm kind of just waiting for somebody to make a patch for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that stabilizes the FPS so I can play it. I don't care if the whole game runs at 15 FPS. I don't care. I'll play a 20 FPS video game. It's just the fact that it goes like up and down constantly it's actually nauseating. If you've never played Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, it's crazy how bad it is.
Into the mine shaft and attack.
I've also seen some people do like the copium where they'll be like, no, it's like actually not that bad. Like people are exaggerating about the performance, and it's like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, it has to be 60 FPS or something. I like Nintendo 64 games that run at 20 FPS. I'll play a 20 FPS video game. But those games run at 20 FPS. I just want it to be a stable number. No, that's what everybody tells me is that, like, dude, it's so good. It's got like the best Pokemon and it's got a cool story and like it's like really fun. And it's like, yeah, maybe, but I can't play it. Accessibility issue. You know. It hurts my organs, my sensory organs to be able to play it. Even gives players a bunch of free decks and 3 months complete battle pass, the secret rare cards, Easter eggs, and god cards. Oh, god packs. Okay, sorry. I was like, wait, are we still talking about Yu-Gi-Oh? But yeah, I'd like to finish that game eventually. Someday. It's in a modded player patch just to make it stable, it'd be great. Well, bear in mind that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet looks worse than previous Pokemon games on the Nintendo Switch, like Pokemon Legends Arceus and Pokemon... it's not called X and Y. What was that one called?
You'll make a splendid
Pokemon Sword and Shield. It looks worse than both of those video games. The textures are just like worse. And then before you go, yeah, but it's an open world game, dude. Yeah, I know. If only like there was an example of like an open world game that ran well on the Nintendo Switch, like I don't know, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Fortunately, there's no game like that. Or the sequel to Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda, the Tears of the Wild, or whatever they called it.
Help me with the mining, are you? You're here to steal my jewels of Adulthood. Workers, attack!
Yeah. Pokemon Go is an open world game. Now, to be fair to Pokemon Go, it also has shit performance. Oh my god. If you play Pokemon Go, my phone lights on fire. It gets hot. I have a new phone. Yeah. The Jolliest with Santa Elves? That's me. I'm Jolly. But yeah, I'm sure somebody will get an emulator or Switch emulator running Pokemon Scarlet and Violet at like 20 FPS and be like, yep, there's a 20 FPS patch. And then I'll probably beat it that way. Because again, I just like when you look it up and you look up the performance problems, you'll read people with, like I said, the major copium where they're like, oh no, dude, it's actually like looks really good. Like I know what you're talking about. Like I didn't even notice the whole time. And I like, you get it in your mind that you're like, am I the only person seeing this? Am I going insane? And it was very validating to see that, like, you know, world champion Pokemon player Wolfie VGC made a video about it where he's like, Yeah, the performance is so bad. He's like, I didn't even finish the most recent expansion because I got nauseous playing it. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it's bad. Lord of the Rings is a Christmas movie because it has elves. That is definitely a hot take. Oh, good idea. Yeah. Yeah. I actually haven't watched any Christmas movies this year. Usually I do. I just got busy this time of year. I had a lot of stuff coming up and a lot of things going on. So I ended up not watching any Christmas movies. Go.
Stoutheart stands on a ledge.
This has got embarrassment where people not complaining actually using actual screen and handheld mode.
He waves you over.
Because I found problems. I streamed it on Twitch here to show off some of the areas. And that was in docked mode. And then I also played it a bunch in handheld mode. And yeah, it was definitely an issue in handheld mode. I don't know if it was like, I don't know which one performs better, docked or handheld. I would assume the docked mode would perform better, but because it's got a direct power source, but maybe that's not the case. I don't know actually.
Stoutheart's voice projects.
Hey, Dinik, how are you? How are you doing? Merry Christmas!
I want to know much more about you.
Screen effects more noticeable? Yeah, probably. To be fair, I don't really have like a big screen. I have like just my monitor.
I am fascinated after all. Ha. But you don't know who you're dealing with, do you? Who am I? Ha, ha.
Ever played Hero Quest, the board game? No, I've never played Hero Quest, the board game. Is it fun? I mean, I assume it's probably fun, because that's what board games are.
No, of course not. It is so much more to lust for.
The last board game that I played was Trivial Pursuit. It was a good time. Good, fun game. I like Trivial Pursuit.
Smile and steps into another mirror. You step through the mirror. Suddenly you find yourself.
We have D&D at home version of D&D. Yeah, but those are great. Having the ability to play D&D or D&D adjacent things but in a simplified context is fun. Stuff like, I guess, Hero Quest or like Munchkin or what's that? Wood Quest? Ravenwood? Darkwood? Something trees? I don't know, the big $250 box. Those like D&D adjacent things are cool.
As the drow falls, an exact copy of him suddenly appears beyond the barrier. This new version flashes a smile fit for a predator.
Like, the thing is, a lot of people don't realize is cigarettes are a great lesson when they're like, you know, if you smoke cigarettes, then you're going to be smoking every drug. It's like the gateway drug to whatever, I don't know. And so, I would assume, or not assume, but like a lot of, you know, you got to use that same logic in other places and be like, you know what? We need to get people into Dungeons & Dragons. And how are we going to do that? The answer? Make a board game that's like pretty fun. That's like adjacent, but not exactly the same thing.
I have one more task for you before we meet face to face. A trifle.
Also, these things hit really hard and have so many hit points. Oh, hardcore, baby. 41,000 hit points. Or 4,100. 4,100. Is the First Life Barbarian? Inferior the Wild Mantle? Still, that's a lot of health. That's a lot. Damn. Mess and never patch it? That's a good idea. Yeah. It's crazy to think that they already, like, you know, Dungeons and Dragons It's already over. Oh my god. This thing is so tanky. I'm getting knocked around by this worm. I just can't heal. I can't do anything about it. The worms are really easy if you have an instant kill. I just don't have one. I don't know what's going on. I can't hold it. It's like immune to hold and it's just chasing after me. I don't know what's going on here. Uh-huh. The worm is like just chasing me and it's not, I can't do anything to it. So I'm just gonna ignore it. Let's go get the things. Yeah, there's two of them that are stuck like that. They're not doing anything. They're just rolling around. They're immune to everything. Let's just go to the next part. We're done. Weird. Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance. They lag out. They're just not doing anything.
Figure stands before you. Know me now, mortal. It's time.
Making sure everyone makes it in. We're good.
I am Grosset, Dark Prince and Demon Lord.
Okay. Over here. I gotcha. Oh, right, I can't hit these. Because they have evasion.
In a mirror,
Okay.
he turns with lightning speed. Let's get right to it. Isn't that what you want?
Okay. I'm just waiting until the Grad's is stable somewhere. Here we go. Alright. The day before was fully refunded. Yeah, the day before everybody got their money back. Again, what an innocent time, yeah. I still remember hearing about Dark Alliance before it came out, because there were a lot of people in chat that were really excited. Because they played Dark Alliance, you know, in ye olden times. They played it on, like, the original, like, Xbox or whatever. And they had a blast running around, smashing shit, playing their action RPG, really just enjoying themselves. And for me, I never had that experience, so I didn't know what to get disappointed by. So when, of course, it releases and it's an absolute bomb, I'm thinking to myself, man, this is kind of funny more than anything else. Let's go spell power at. Pretty good. But like, yeah, this is kind of funny more than anything else. And I felt pretty bad for all the people that like got the shaft where they were hoping for like this awesome game. Because to be fair, I think you could probably take that video game and make it like way better by tweaking a bunch of numbers and changing how the levels work. But
battle is heroic.
Because it's not generally a bad idea. A Left 4 Dead adjacent, like it's like, imagine if they just made it Left 4 Dead, but with like did a Vermintide, where it's like it's Left 4 Dead but with like Dritz characters or something.
But it needs more time.
It's like a 4-person action co-op adventure game.
I want our next encounter to be truly exceptional. Perhaps a city or a world should hinge on the outcome. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, see, time to drive from my parents. Yay, let's stream, let's do on the way. Yeah, I hope you have a nice drive.
By touching the things you care
But yeah, I don't think Dark Alliance is one of the most refunded games, because I'm pretty sure that they didn't issue a lot of refunds.
I hear that Evening Star is nice and dear to your heart. Mark this day, champion,
Oh, I got 10
Begin
points.
What will someday be a glorious
I
tale.
also got 10 points.
But for now, I bid you farewell.
Cool.
Even though Grosset is gone, you feel uneasy. You can only hope
Gotta do that. That's
his
good.
personal interest in you will fade
Boop.
quickly.
I was wondering if my stats were lower. There's something wrong with my character right now. Yep. Done for SETI, only 22. Only in favor of the mount. Goal looks so far away. Well, hopefully you'll get there on the second one. Just give it another shot. Just play an even tankier barbarian. Yep. Well, it's also just the thing that's stupid to me is you like tanked the whole thing the entire time, every time, and then all of a sudden now it has to be someone else's decision what to do. Like, let's change plan to my plan without telling anybody after somebody else has been clearly doing the thing the entire time. Wish to claim a reward. I wish to claim a reward. Oh, I clicked the wrong guy. Deathwalker Cloak 9, baby. Oh, it's like shiny. It kind of matches. The shine is weird. They did change the fabric entirely. Like, this is a totally different cloak. They've used this, like, shiny filter, I guess, over top of several of these newer cosmetics. And I do like them. Like, on the armor, I think the shine looks great. It feels kind of out of place in the cloak, because you get the shine on some of the non-shiny parts, like some of the non-metal parts. You kind of see it on, like, the red. It's weird. Oh. Yeah. I would say we could do something like kind of short. Maybe like, I don't know, something simple. Like I still haven't done like Grim and Baird or anything really. Sure. What ruined arm is that? This one? I'm using the Prototype 7 Flash Transferal. It's mostly for the 5-piece Vecna set, but also it has Insightful Radiance and Radiance lore, as well as Rune Arm focus for extra Rune Arm DCs, and I can use Radiance on my legendary 5 rings that I crafted out. So I actually have Radiance, Insightful Radiance, and Radiance lore. So yeah. Isn't that neat? Was the most fun you had so far? Well, I'm glad to hear you had a good time, dude. Now, we do have a rule. I don't like my officers dying, as it's bad for morale, so you gotta live. Oh, Grim and Barrett, sorry, I was spacing. Let's see, Land of Lost Souls. Oh, we got a lot of dead people. Let's get them out of here. Forseti, more like Forgetty, you are alive. See ya. Sky Guys died, and so did Sky Guys Spiked. Wow. Had to get rid of some dead people. Lots of dead. Get them out of here. On Christmas of all times? Yep. Oh. Yeah. I hit him with the sticker. Yeah, please come back. Earn it again. For 2 more hours? Yeah, it's actually not Christmas for 4 minutes, which is true. I don't have like a champagne bottle to pop, but I should.
Draco stands before you. Too late, mortals. The planar ore is already mine. I'll leave my minions to deal with you and what remains.
Now, this is one of the few quests that's actually kind of frustrating. All demons, I don't have like bypass, and everything's immune to something different. So I can't just use like, oh, there's no one-size-fits-all spell for what I'm trying to do here. It's like one of the few areas that's like kind of annoying. Because some things are immune to acid, some things are immune to force, some things are immune to something different. And so there's no way for me to know exactly what I can do until like it's already happening.
Roar can be heard down the hallway below.
Yeah, to one target.
An Orthon guards a cage containing
Greater
a
color spray and
large
let the
dire
boys
bear.
deal with the damage. Yeah, I don't have greater color spray, but I do have. I do have a fair amount of damage. Like, it's not that I can't do anything. It's just that, you know, in some capacity, my character can feel limited at times. Also, I have like no spell penetration. I can actually craft spell penetration on my weapon. I just haven't done it yet.
Rip the guard out of the way, and you can now
I just don't have any spell
open the
penetration.
cell doors.
Ooh. Here we go.
This door bears an ancient inscription.
You aug spell pen? I can literally craft it on my weapon. I don't have a scale. So I can get spell pen. I just don't have it because I'm lazy. I don't think I get spell pen from anything. You know, that's a good idea to check. No. 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 I didn't. Yeah, I don't have any spell penetration, so that would help. I can get spell pen 9.
The bear nods and says,
So that would give me an extra 9, so that would be
I
quite
can
helpful.
open any of the sealed gatekeeper doors you might encounter.
Yeah, we'll see how that
Just
goes.
ask, and I will come.
It's not too bad. We just ran an Isle of Dread, so I should have like a reasonable amount of bones, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, yeah, I have plenty of bones. I could just go craft that right now. Well, you know, it is what it is. We'll craft it later.
Thanks to Barrett, you can now pass through.
And then we get back to monsters that I can actually affect with crowd control.
turns
Downside,
to
when I say affect
speak
with
to
crowd
you.
control, I mean I can, as in it's technically possible. Will I?
As you
Probably not.
enter
These
the
guys have really high will
alleyway,
saves.
You spot cultists guarding the
Their reflex saves aren't the highest, but their will saves are fairly high. Especially the archers.
As you enter the gatekeeper's stronghold,
Yep.
you spy a second gatekeeper portal in the corridor ahead.
Nah. 2 of those bones, but that would be responsible. Yeah, I could bank them. That's probably a good idea. But I got 2 lives here. And also, my character is, like, fairly tanky. So, like, I can do a lot of stuff, you know? Like, there are definitely some quests out there that I might need to be, like, kind of nervous about. But for the most part, again, my character is, like, pretty tanky overall. So, I'm not super worried about my character's general, like, living capacity here. But if I could get the extra spell pen, I should probably go get it. But I do need spell pen. That's a thing. Thank you. It's fun.
The stone door rolls open to reveal a hidden glade in the very heart.
Against this boss, you must stay at max range at all times, and wait till it gets moved before you start doing stuff.
Where the cleric's ritual is underway. The cleric turns towards you, livid with rage. How dare you! This all belongs to Eratrakos now! I shall crush you for your impudence!
The reason why you don't stand on this guy is because he casts Divine Wrath. And Divine Wrath, man, nothing making their saves, they do so much damage. He casts Divine Wrath. And what Divine Wrath does is it's a will save, light damage hit. So you never have light resistance or absorption, and it's a will save, which means you can't evasion it. So just keep that in mind. It's kind of spooky. Oh god.
Simulating eloquence.
Subversion. Sub V to the 12. Let's go.
Culmination.
Yeah, in Subversion, you just got to be careful and slowly work your way down the boss. You don't want to like just like charge and chunk it away. You got to slowly work your way down the boss. Bit by bit, piece by piece. Just and work its way down. Yep.
After a long march through the hidden, Eretraco says,
What am I doing? Oh yeah, here I am. So this is the problem with like drinking a lot and then having a full day of a lot of driving, is that my brain just falls asleep sometimes. Oh, we're in the other room already. Oh, this makes sense. What's happening right now? Why am I not fighting stuff? And it's because I'm not fighting stuff. Not because there isn't monsters to fight, I'm just not doing it.
You should be honored. I'm allowing you to use a codex page to gain. Now then,
Hold them?
get to work. The pit fiend continues.
With what?
I expect you to retrieve the Titan
Elementals are immune to hold.
in Shavarath. Or else. The Slod
They're immune to paralysis, you can't hold them. You can cut the strings them and you can color spray them.
So much for your
Hold them 0 HP. Oh my god, it's officially Christmas!
snaps. Take care of it. I expect results. Or I'll
It's
burn
Christmas! Okay, now. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Now I got my Christmas hat on. Boop. It's Merry Christmas. And 2 Horus. I don't know what Horus has to do with this, but I don't know, maybe. I guess we could ask Horus and see what he has to say. Do your best, Meowdy. Meowdy. The cat lifts the back of the hat. It's a fabric. We got multiple detours. But yeah, the hat doesn't have the structure to be able to grab it and tip it like that, where you can lift it, because it's just like soft fabric. There's no hard nature to it.
by a powerful barrier.
No. We can probably bail it. And dude, those make their saves. And again, I'm plus 105 on the DC. 105. Yeah, I need a bell. Give me a sec. I'm to buy a bell. Okay. Bell. I don't know why, but the DDO store has been really slow for me recently. Like, it takes like a minute to load up. So we should be good. It is a bit of a skill issue, it is. We have implosion going off. These things hit really hard, so you gotta make sure you either instantly kill them or get rid of them. Alright. Just gonna dump a ball here ahead of time. Titan's dead. Okay, take down the slads that they're coming in. Just take down slads as they come in. Take them all down. Just take down slads. If you kill the boss, people die to load to end of quest lag, so you gotta be really careful in here. Okay, we're good. And actually having ship buffs, so I get that extra bonus XP, is a good idea. Man, remember when this item was considered good? It is a lot of legitimately useful stats. They're just low numbers. But there was a time where that was good. Any Reaper deaths tonight? Not yet. Alright, multitude. Thanks, dude. What item? The Lion's Mane. Insightful, False Life, Constitution, Natural Armor, and Fortitude save. Plus, it was part of the Griffin set, which gave you Quality Con, and Devil's Handiwork, which is Quality all stats, which is huge. That's right. House Kenneth. I'm feeling badly to do a Meowdy. He didn't miss it. He knew. You know how I know he knows? Because Mick Cruiser is right here. But yeah, we haven't had any Reaper deaths, which is nice. We've had a couple close calls. We had someone who almost got eaten in... what's that quest called? The last quest in the chain. Of Tethymar. The last Tethymar quest. We had somebody almost get eaten. Where they got, like, munched by the worms. So that was... Then they came very, very close. Fortunately, they were caught in time. But yeah, it was spooky.
While his copies turn and attack. Look, it's simple.
Well, Devil's Handiwork is just generally good. The problem is you have to get 5 items from the set, and all 5 items are bad by today's standards. But +3 quality bonus to all ability stats is actually not a bad set. If there was a way you could get that set on other items, that would be kind of crazy. If SSG decided to go back in time and update that item set and make it good, then I don't know. That's a weird idea, but... Could be something powerful going on.
I'm in charge now, Barks Carver. And my first order is deal with these meddlers. In the meantime, I'll see about making a few more copies of myself.
My first order is making copies. But yeah, so that's the general idea. It's kind of an interesting idea to have all quality stats as opposed to like the modern artifact set bonus. I don't remember when SSG started doing artifact sets as their stat bonus. I think that the what are the sets in The Underdark. Are they artifact or not? Because Chronoscope is profane with the Abishai set. And Ravenloft was profane and artifact in 2 sets. I think it was Menace of the Underdark that had the set pieces that were artifact. Specifically because I guess maybe it was like they were the planar confluxes, so they were artifact, so it made sense why they called it the artifact set bonus and probably just didn't think too much of it. I wonder how many distinct types of set bonuses SSG has access to.
It takes magical energy to make a copy of myself, says Carver.
Or if they can just like how easy it is to add new ones. Because they mentioned before that it's difficult for them to add like spell powers or to add like UI slots and stuff. That's why those things don't happen. But you know, we got like festive bonus to stats or like new different stat bonuses on different items. Like we got the fortune bonus, for example, is a new one. So I have to imagine that's probably a lot easier to like add in than some of the other stuff. But again, this is speculation on my part. I don't have. You know, I'm just noodling on these ideas, you know. Yeah, well, the Abishai bonus is now a lot easier to convince yourself to use as well, because it's like, yeah, there are a lot of bad items in that set, but there's also a lot of good items in that set now. Oh yeah, I forgot about determination. And circumstance bonuses. Also, they changed morale and music. So now you have morale bonuses and music bonuses all over the place as well. It's probably as simple as like just adding another line to the list of bonus types. You're like, yep, this stacks too. I'm trying to imagine that sometimes when like bonus types don't work is because SSG doesn't label them as words in the files, but instead like they look in the files and it'll be like, this is bonus 2 or bonus 3 or bonus 4 as opposed to it having the name on it. And so then it prints out the name, but the initial like input doesn't have that.
Have some more of me, gloats the tiefling. I gotta go.
Yeah.
But don't worry.
You remember determination if you took Scion of Limbo more often? There's another determination bonus in there somewhere. There's another determination bonus. It's not just Scion of Limbo. I'm losing my memory as to where, but there's somewhere else. Like Mystic or Reaper, you can port back home server when required in hardcore. That would make a lot of people really angry. So I don't think they will do that. They could, though. They could make a hardcore bonus. So items on the hardcore server can drop with a hardcore bonus. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, me too, actually. That's good for me as well. I was thinking that before we started the chain. Just a tiny bonus. Oh yeah.
There you are. Told you it'd meet
Just a tiny bonus, like +1. People won't farm out like whole gear sets for +1s, will they? Like they wouldn't do that.
If I get inside the manufactory where they make these things, I would be an entire army in just a couple of hours. And my only obstacle.
Wait, what are the costs of the curse remover cards? 10,000 astral shards.
Come on, copies, and your keep.
Can you prayer the boss? What level is this quest, and when do you get it? This quest is level 14. We're doing the legendary version of it, so it's level 30. But this quest is base level 14, and it's from the Devil's Gambit quest pack.
The original carver crumples to the ground.
A lot cheaper on other
Devil's
servers than
still
Argo.
floating the city.
Yeah, they
But
are
at
cheaper on
least
other
now
servers,
you
which is
don't
true.
have to worry about an army
Oh, I
of
forgot that these
carbon
counter for the 8 Devil's
copies
Handiwork.
conquering
Damn, dude.
Stormbreach.
Also, there's Epic Demonic Slab. Whoa! Reaper Mythic Demonic Slab. Man, this was like the item back in the day. If you were a Vanguard, you had to get one of these. This was like the best Vanguard shield. Base damage 2d10s, plus that armor piercing, impact, vitality. Like, oh, so good. This was the Vanguard shield back. Before, pre-Ravenloft, there was no better Vanguard shield in the game than this. It was so good. This is a crazy item. It's so good. First way to level Epic, 20 to 30 should include Slayers. Yeah, Slayers are the best way to do it, but that's usually with like the Slayer potion. So you buy a major Slayer potion, you get an AoE party, and you work as a team. So the thing about Slayers and the way that it works is that it's all about volume. So Epic Slayer areas have more quests, or more monsters based on the number of players you have, which is why you'll see people opening their party and having lots of people, because more monsters will spawn in the pods based on the number of players. And also, if more players, you can have them all going different directions. So you can get through that. You can do a Slayer zone if you have like an Alchemist, a Sorcerer, and a Druid running all in different directions, plus it's a full party. You'll get your Slayers done in like 30 minutes with a major pot. If you don't want to buy major pots, then you're probably just better off doing quests. And at that point, exclamation point quest list, my quest list that I use is very fast and will get you through. So I run that every time. The heroic quest chain and the order in which I do them is going to be different every single time, because it's like the heroics, I just like to slot in different stuff. But when you get into epics, it's all the same shit. You're always doing the same quest. Now, those of you that are tuning in on this Christmas Eve, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'm very tired, and it's like late o'clock, and so I have more Christmas things to do in the morning, but I just want to get the chance to tune in and give people something to talk about or have a nice place to stay for a little bit on this Christmas holiday season. We'll be back with some regular content back again on Boxing Day. I will be back. I will be taking tomorrow off. I got too many things to do, so I can't do that. But Jim wanted to break everyone's streak. True. But yeah, I'm just completely exhausted, and I need to rest for the rest of the night. So thank you. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, enjoy the holidays. You don't celebrate any holidays or whatever, but you live in North America, enjoy a day off. And I got nothing left. I don't know what else to say, so I'm not going to. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and enjoy the rest of your entire weekend, which I guess is over now because it's Monday. And that's it. And if you live in a place where Christmas is not a nationally recognized holiday, which means tomorrow is simply just Monday, get wrecked. Everyone else is off, but get wrecked. Just absolutely destroyed. So, take that. Raid Cozy. Oh, is Cozy streaming? Thanks, the Terzula. Appreciate it. Blue Liger, Pock, Hydrowoo, Danik. I hope you all have a great Christmas. Bobby, Cruiser, Hartman. Barry, hi, Bacchus. Deadshot, thank you so much. I'll raid Cozy. That's a good idea. Cozy. As I said, I'm just tired. I typed in Cozy Bean and I got... Oh, it's because it's cozy. I'm stupid. I'll raid Cozy. Christmas time. Because yeah, I'm tired. I need to sleep. I need to sleep and take a break from streaming on Christmas. I'm dreaming of a one Christmas.